Okay. Oh. Uh. Hi. I may have pressed the wrong button again. Okay, let me just quickly get the chat up so I can actually see it. There we go, let's put that aside. Hello everyone, I guess we're starting early. So much for it being one time. Well, at least I was in a better position than I was last time. I already had everything set up this time, that's fine. Hello everyone. Look, in my defense, the two buttons are right next to each other. It's easy to press. Okay. But yes, I'm back. It's been a little while. Good evening, Mr. Catman. Hello, Knight. How you doing? I just need settings. Let me just change some things real quick. I need to kind of calibrate. Oop. Oh, okay, that didn't actually do anything. There we go. That should be fine. God, you can tell it's been like a week. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a while since I've actually played Arknights now. I mean, I know I posted a video on it, but still. Does your model have a cough animation? No, probably not. How would I look with a cough? No, it doesn't. I don't think, because I have my mouth closed when I cough, so I guess it doesn't really register it. Hello, Justiolo. How you doing? Just getting everything ready while I get back into the swing of things. I think everything's fine. You can tell it's been a little while since I've been streaming because something looks weird in the model, and I'm not sure if it's just me not being used to it. You'd think it would take longer than a week, but apparently not. I think everything's fine. I should probably set myself as online. Let that go, that should go. You're early again. Yeah, funny story. I pressed the wrong button again and started the stream. Looks comfortable as always. Oh, shush. But yeah, I may have accidentally pressed start stream instead of select stream. They're the same sounding buttons. They're the same writing. They're right next to each other. Second time I've done it. In a row, I might add. I think the last time I streamed this event, I did that. So hello, Chris. I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce the Z in that, or if it's just Chris, but still, hello. I think I've got everything. I think everything's up now. Yep, there it is. It's on Discord as well. Alright, that should be everything. And people are trickling in now, so that's fine. Anyway, I think I've got chat in a bit too. There we go. Someone send this man a post-it and marker, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so... Alright, so it looks like this goes back to Sargon then. Elliot silently takes count, a total of 315 cacti on the dunes. That is, excessive to count all that. Two. Okay. Well, hopefully it goes diagonally, because if so, I can just plop a person down in the middle. That'll be useful. Though I imagine at some point one of them will do a curveball and go in the way that you'd think anyway. It'll be fine. I feel like I've got a bit of an eclectic mess of characters at the moment. Like, think they really vibe all that well together, but it's sort of been working. I might swap out? I might put Texas in for the extra bonus.
Che ti serve?
But besides that, I'll stick with how it is. It's still a relatively low-level game, so... Now, this is going to be the challenge. It's the first time streaming since I had a cold, so... I've got plenty of water around me, so I hope I should probably be drinking a little bit more than I normally do, so hopefully I won't be coughing too much, but... But if I do... Sorry, and I hope I don't peak the microphone while I cough, because I've still got a bit of an awkward microphone set up at the moment. Anyway. 13 years ago. Sounds quite upbeat. Oh, maybe it's not going back to Sargon then. I assumed it was because of the, what it said on the thing. Anyway, 8:09 PM, heavy snow. Oh, this must be at the lodging then. No, not. You know what, maybe I should just shut my whole mouth and just read as it happens instead of constantly making assumptions before seeing the next part. Like, it literally just answered me the moment I spoke. Okay. When should we call an ambulance? Probably if I go silent for too long. This is me, I don't shut up. Victoria Border, Autonomous Region, County of Toron. Vincent Manor. That took all of my energy not to say Toulon, which is a type of candy in Spain. Well, it's like a chocolate, candy, nougat sort of thing. Oh, fancy. What a splendid eve. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome. Please come in. Allow the servants to brush the snow off your tops and pour yourselves by the brazier. A good evening to you, Count. Truly a magnificent soiree. Soiree? This is. Welcome, welcome, Lady Diana. To meet you on the eve of the new year is my honour entirely. I immediately thought of the Lady Diana when I read that. I feel like that might be a bit... that might be intentional. I don't know. You really like to hit the stream button early. Shush. Lady Diana just doesn't drive home by car. Well, at this point in time, Gaul is already collapsed and gone, so we don't have to worry about that possibility. I shouldn't joke about that. I shouldn't joke about either of those scenarios, but oh well. Nonsense. Now take a look, Count. I have a present for you. All the way from Kazimierz. What a beautiful pendant. My greatest thanks, Lady Diana. And send my well wishes to your husband. Now, hurry along inside. We can't have the snow burying your gorgeous looks. God. Of course he has got a pipe as well. Hello, Code. Hello, Zek. Comedy is tragedy plus time. You speak as fine... Oh, you speak as fine a line as ever. Oh, look who's here. If it isn't Baron of Rye. I could never shoulder a title as hefty as Baron. But here I am anyway. The pure nerve. Hello, Andika. Hello, Les. See what you're saying. With all respect from the bottom of our hearts, who spurns the man who feeds his people well now? I am amazed that I'm actually being able to keep up with the language at the moment. What the fuck does spurns mean? Okay, anyway. Ah, you're quite white. Quite white. Yes, you're quite white. He is quite white, to be fair. Ah, you're quite right. Once harvest comes next year, I'd be honoured if you visit my humble home. The tallest windmills of Toron. The scent of flower everywhere. A stay sure to enchant you, if I do say so myself. Quite good. This blizzard shall pass, and next year will come trotting in right behind with it. Right behind it with fine, fine harvests. My gratitude for your kind words. Spurn is insult snub. Okay, nice. Head in and warm yourself up now. We're serving the spiced bread you so love tonight. Of course, baked with most exquisite fragrant flour. All sourced from your farms. Jesus! what are you hoping to achieve here? Whose dick are you trying to suck to get whatever it is you want? Like, how much ass kissing are you going to do here? I know you're a wealthy person and all, but still. How about you? Won't you come in? It's almost time. Let your good servants welcome the remaining guests. Perhaps you speak sense, but no matter. I like to greet my invitees personally. They're all the most adorable people, whether noble or merchant, cleric or soldier. Ah yes, the VTuber proms be like. Tehran is a fine, fine place, isn't it? Why, you character, you. Now, let me see. We still have the Mr. and Mrs. Arizona, that admirable lighthouse operator, and... I hate that the moment I saw lighthouse operator, my first thought went to Geordie. like he used a lighthouse once, but now he's the lighthouse operator to me. Oh, hello. You've got a model. Ahem. I'd heard from my most venerable fellow student that gifted orator Thompson that he had recently taken ill, and I couldn't brook the thought of him facing a blizzard for a banquet. Hence my specifically sending for a messenger to send him my well wishes. And yet, imagine my surprise to see what seems to be a sneaky darling of a messenger right here. Have you caught someone, or are you flirting? I'm getting mixed signals from you, man. like, are you? What are you doing? Everything you say sounds like a flirt, regardless of who you're talking to. It is weird. Do all rich people talk like this? Here. Aha! Mistress Heidi, how long since we last met? Uncle Vincent, don't ruffle up my hair. I had to spend so long making it. So he's just teasing. Yeah, it's more so just the way he talks to everyone. Like, he's got that sort of, like, flirty, teasing attitude. Like, not necessarily, like, legitimately flirting, obviously, but, like, you know, it's that kind of thing. Like, you know, he's calling people darling and, like, adorable guests, and, you know, stuff like that. If he was a bit older, I'd actually give him more of a Stephen Fry attitude, but I think what I'm giving him at the moment is fine. Fine. Ah, little Heidi. You've grown so much. What a dashing lady you are now. However, your father never sent word you'd be arriving today. Be candid with your uncle now. How did you come on the sly? How the rest of the world sees the British well, as long as they don't travel to Majorca. Yes. Oh, if only most of the Americans knew what we actually sound like most of the time. They probably wouldn't be putting us in as many movies. And I say, You're still quite young. If your father saw you dressed tonight, you're dressed tonight, you'd be in the nag, wouldn't you? In for the nag. Uncle, I'd hate him nagging me. That's why I slipped off in the first place. Oh yeah, Speedy, I do kind of feel a bit bad for y'all with the it's always that one accent. Like even if the character in question has nothing to do with any of that stuff, they still give them that accent. It's always even though most Germans I know when they speak English speak like almost with either a British or American accent half the time. But yet, you know, the moment a German's on TV, it's like, this is the way. Okay. I heard you called out a gallery of VIPs and bright minds tonight. Oh, sorry, that's her talking, never mind. Yeah, I heard you called out a gallery of VIPs and bright minds tonight, and I couldn't help my curiosity. Not to mention, my papa always wants me to broaden my scope, get out beyond the classroom, and isn't this the finest opportunity? Fun fact, until I saw Downton Abbey, I didn't know people still used the word papa or mama, like, as adults. Or, you know, older than, like, 5 years old. But I guess rich people have a thing. And you swear you're not here to see the boys, hoping for a chance meeting? You know, your father's told me. You've been absorbed in all of those tawdry romance novels lately, and it's been worrying him so. I swear, if we're just going to be walking into what is essentially the British Romeo and Juliet, I will leave. How could I? I'm not such a naive girl now. That is not even remotely convincing. Your father worded it very well. Romanticism is all and well, but writing aiming to be consumed, pulling wool over the truths of life, so as to curry favour with readers and wring the last drop of worth from its material, there's nothing of value in it. It's a bit ironic for you to be saying this, because the country that Victoria is based on, romance novels and romance era, was incredibly popular amongst the nobles. Everyone dies would at least fit for Terra. True. In that regard, all of Toron ought to be learning from your father. Uncle, let's drop the subject now. I feel embarrassed hearing this. And honestly, my papa, telling people off left and right when he was young, and in the end he made himself a businessman. It made himself a huge fortune. The old guard in the association constantly joke about him. It drives me mad. Some things up life's sleeve you just can't refuse. Oh, well, imagine Thompson did it for you two ladies. Back when he was younger, he'd find any chance to grumble about his unrecognized talent to me. How's his health been lately? Just his chronic pains. Once winter's gone, he'll be live and well as ever. So you availed yourself while your parents couldn't watch you, made off with your mother's clothes, and came to join the festivities? Right, no, I came on educational purposes, just as my father guided me. Heidi, how about you just never saw me? You've been quite too headstrong this time. Look at this awful snow today. Just suppose something had happened to you along the way. How would I ever explain this to your father? Uh, well, Uncle, you see, it's so late now anyway. I just can't find a car to head back now, can I? Oh dear, child. Quick, in. Don't you freeze now. Hooray! You're the best, Uncle. But who are you still waiting for? Is there some guest noble enough to wait like a like a snowman out the door? Quite. An outstanding Laterano cleric. Oh. I will laugh if it turns out to be that bloke from the Illicita Gusano, but probably not, because I think that was the first time he appeared, but still, it'd be funny if it was like a younger version of him. Last year, your aunt caught some illness unawares. Had a fever that wouldn't abate, and it's thanks to that cleric it vanished. We struck up Concord afterwards, and I paid frequent visits. This cleric's not just fine with medicine, but has original, not originium, original views on all the walks of life. Truly a mind-opener. Medicine. Okay, I think I know who it is. Hi, Jackal. Huh. Well, if you vouch for them like this, they must be really incredible, right? But of course, if a person of those talents could swear loyalty to the Vincent family, it'd bring a deal of vigor to building the local land. Well, that was difficult to read for some reason. I even had every intent to invite that cleric along as a friend on my journey to Londinium. And your aunt would have appreciated the diversion. But would you know our rotten luck? Out on business. So today, mark my words, I'll be introducing this insightful scholar to one and all. Uncle, is that Laterano cleric a gentleman by any chance? A refined, mannerly sanctor, maybe? On the older side, or... Heidi, for starters, we're talking about a clergyman. We're talking about someone of God, or law, I guess. Calm yourself. Secondly, rather bold to be. just go up to you. Can you imagine going up to a member of your family and saying, "So, do you know of any older people that I could play with?" Oh, nobility. It really is an episode of Downton Abbey, isn't it? There it is, you little scamp. Wearing your pure intentions, even. Well, I mean, I suppose everything is pure when it's with a clergyman. I am not going to make any of the jokes that I want to make. Just asking. Don't get too excited. She's a meritorious woman. And she isn't a sanctor. Very rare to see, but all suggests she's a feline cleric. I truly do appreciate people like her. Now the question is, how desperate is Heidi? Uncle, I didn't hear any of that, and I won't breathe a word. To Auntie. You can cross my heart. Yeah, no, I'm curious now. And what ideas did you just have there? Those were nice compliments. What did you think of, Heidi? What did you just suddenly get into? And what silly ideas have you gotten? I really ought to make Thompson give you a proper word or three. Well. Hello, Padre. Hello, Father. Jesus. Literally. My apologies, Sir Vincent. Ah. Not quite what I was expecting for a Sancta cleric. I'm certainly not going to complain, though. Might I have arrived late? Oh, why are you still blushing? Hang on, is Kalt'tsit going to be not only talking long, but now going to be talking posh as well? Because I don't think I'll be able to handle this. AT.exe stopped working. You can hear the internet dial-up sound. Oh, and by the way, here's the battle. Completely, completely devoid of all context to the cutscene. Here's a fight.
Let's go! Oh, speaking of which, what was our objective again?
Sounds like a pretty nasty beat's about to drop.
Here I come! I'm here to help! Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little
Ha!
apple.
I knew it. Didn't expect it to happen that quick. Oh, fuck. And then I think I'll put someone there.
Forwards.
Doctor, leave the big guys to me. I'm listening. Here I am.
Okay, that was not what I was expecting. There we go.
My toxicant is ready.
Oh, toxicant.
Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple.
Oh, that's not good.
At your service. Your orders.
Hey, dummies!
Oh, shit. Not the right place to do it.
Are you hallucinating?
Oh, maybe.
You'll have to try harder than that. I have to get serious now. I'll charge the weak spots.
Oh, I've got pull. Okay, that's
Doctor,
fine.
leave the big relax. It'll be over in an instant.
That works.
Whew, I have to get serious now.
Have you played Invitation to Wine? I have been playing it. How would you rate Suit Kalt'tsit? Wow. Out of 10. I don't think I've ever really... I don't know. I've never seen Kalt'tsit in any sort of attire like that before. I didn't expect it. I mean, and I thought I got shocked with the maid outfit, let alone the suit. Ah, drink. I rate it as flustered Heidi noises. Ah, Cleric Kalt'tsit, you're finally here. Your mode of dress. I was deeply honoured by your invitation, but with certain matters to attend to, the monastery could not prepare a suitable evening attire for me. They found only this outfit buried in the storeroom. I hope you shan't mind. Oh god, it is. It's going to be long Kalt'tsit words mixed in with posh accents and dialects. Oh god. Oh, quite naturally, I shan't. I'd go so far as to say your attire is utterly formidably gallant. Yes, I agree. So pose. Yeah, she does strike quite a confident pose. So Heidi has her mother's clothes and Kalt'tsit has Heidi's father's clothes. Yeah. Heidi, you don't just stand. Ah! Heidi, you don't just stand here. Here, this is Cleric Kalt'tsit. Give her a greeting, and then hurry inside quickly. I mean, same, Heidi, same, but pull yourself together. I know you were expecting some gentlemen to find in this fine establishment, but you make do with what you see. Heidi. Miss Heidi, it's good to meet you. Jesus, okay. And here I thought I was bad when Windows FB shut down. Doo-doo. I'm Heidi. I know it already. An adorable name. Oh, you're just doing that deliberately now, aren't you, Kalt'tsit? So you're Cleric Kalt'tsit, is that right? I often hear my uncle mention you. By often, you mean tonight. The pleasure is mine. Hey. It's just a happy face. It's just like, hey. Oh, I love it. Moments like this, I love Arknight writing, yeah. Cleric Kalt'tsit, I imagine you know of Mr. Thompson too. Quite. This is Heidi Thompson before you. That strange fellow's daughter. Dr. Kalt'tsit, Miss Worldwide, yeah. I see. Your father is a person worthy of respect. Right then. Do come in, Cleric. Thank you again for your generosity, Sir Vincent. You are everywhere! You know what, at this point, I don't care if they're just reusing if they're reusing sprites. I just like to headcanon that this is the same bloke and this is his wife. And they are just... Or a partner or something. And they're just always... They're just invited. They're so like well known that they're just invited to every single venue everywhere. Like these people just go everywhere. Like this is what I picture of them, because especially the bloke. I think she's usually as well, but they're everywhere. They go to all of the big events. They go to all of the Have you seen his belly use at every dinner party? Yeah, exactly. Like, he goes to all the events, he goes to the sporting events, he goes to the things. Like, clearly he's just invited. Like, he must be something. I just think he's, like, something in Victoria or wherever, or maybe, like, Colombia, and he just gets invites to places. And I wish I was something like that. Just can you imagine just being invited to places all over the world, just go to venues and such? That's just what I imagine from these two. Oh, did you know the Count went to Londinium? Have you ever been in that city before? Of course he has. He's been everywhere. He's probably been to a gear. Oh, don't remind me. I once had everything packed up ready, and then a catastrophe messenger came trotting along to say the road ahead's blocked. You all go back. I was beside myself returning home. Immediately had a great bout of illness. Oh my, how dearly wretched. Who is you? Oh, I was gonna say you look like a bit of a dunce, but I guess, yeah, I guess they flat out say it. Is that auspicious poet coming today? I've a few works I wrote in private, and I'd hoped that he could do the honour of appraising them. Oh God, really? Some bloke gets invited around over for dinner, and your first thought as another guest is to pester the poor bloke? Perish the thought. Have you forgotten just how many manuscripts from thinkers Thompson's torn up in front of the Count? Oh, so it's Thompson the poet. I don't remember if that was ever actually said. Oh, I remember. Thompson's ruthless. He even said himself, the clash of ideas ought to be a ruthless thing. Truly frightening he is. It's not a be-all nor end-all to show off. Given that there are no phones, emails, and terror, get-togethers like this are a rare chance to pester people. Yeah, true. I do seldom forget how things were in history. Seldom forget, as if I lived during the time. I'm not as old as Kalt'tsit. But yeah, I suppose if you did want... Well, I suppose you would have to send a letter and that, but... Yeah, good luck. Oh, of course, I admit. I once admired Thompson for those qualities, but in front of the Count, Thompson still can't shake off his own deliberate arrogance. Said the pretentious man. Deliberate? Thompson? Isn't it obvious? He regards our esteemed Count, after all. Forget just nobility and status. In these last years, the Count's governed his land with perfect order. It's plain for all of us to see. Oh, Toron's not his land in name, mind. It's all of us to manage. But I'll admit the Count deserves his reputation for leading. I do have respect for the man. Karma the Ancient, thinks Star Altar. Nice. And lest we forget, he's had multiple invitations to the gatherings at Londinium. Don't you think our little place allow me to admit our border situation deserves some sense of pride? Oh, I wonder what border. I mean, it said it was a bordering place, but what does it border? Can't remember if it said. Nobles. Oh, business. Oh, that's right. So you're not nobility, you're a business person. Interesting. Maybe you really are invited everywhere. I wonder what your business is. Watch it turn out that he's like an arms dealer. My, let's not make the topic so stiff. We're all people of Victoria, aren't we? People. Ever since that outrageous hanging, we can barely claim to know whose people we are. Oh. Whom? Who's hanging? As Mama John? Oh, that would be interesting. If it turns out that guy's the... if that guy turns out to be the Mama John's, like, owner or representative or something. Or watch it turn out to be that he is the Raytheon. Or Raytheon. I can't remember. I wonder what the hanging is, though. Simmer down. We all regret our Majesty's departure, but we can still drink a few toasts here today, you see. Wait, they didn't hang a previous king, did they? That would be very out of place. In other words, today's a happy day. Don't bring up anything so frightful. Look, here comes the Count. Dooku walks in. I overheard your conversation. Very intriguing, Richard. Of course he's called Richard. I'd much like to take a look at your writings. Oh, poppycock. Good Count, in comparison to you, my little effort pales like a man under a skyscraper. Oh, I bet he was listening to you as you were talking about everything about that. Is John on Terra rather a female name? Last name probably. Yeah, I was about to say most likely a last name in that case. Oh, that's right, Vincent. Hurry and tell us of your trip to Londinium. Let us all hear it. Who did you meet? Any Grand Dukes of of living legend? In due time, everyone. In due time. The night has just begun. Don't forget, today is a day of festival celebration. Allow me to introduce to you all two special guests of ours. Two? Cleric Kalt'tsit, do come. Hold on now, this is a public event. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Good evening, honourable guests. Allow me to give my most sincere respects to you all. What now? By your appearance... My, you're a lady. Oh, what a mighty shame. Oh, calm down. Everyone is just... God, the people in the game are thirsting over Kalt'tsit. The people in chat are thirsting over Kalt'tsit. Even I blushed at the suit. What is going on here? Oh, a mighty shame. Oh, come now, we all know what the noble women did during the Victorian era. Don't be so bashful. The writers know their audience, yeah. I think it's not much of a shame at all. Cleric Kalt'tsit, good evening. Cleric Kalt'tsit. I believe I remember the Count speaking of you. I hear you treated his wife and so garnered his good favour. With regards to the Count's wife, that was no light affair. Do tell us about where you're from. Lateranal clerics who aren't Sancta are so rare. My, let alone so charming as you. I like to think that Kalt'tsit doesn't even realise. Like, she just thinks, oh, they're so very polite. Like, I just want to think that it all goes completely over her head and she doesn't think of any of that at all. She does kind of give me the impression of someone who would as well. I wish this was... I'm going to assume this isn't a skin, and it really annoys me to think that this isn't going to be a skin, is it? Because that would be a great outfit to have in game. Even I don't even have the character. I didn't even have her as a playable character, but oh well. A beautiful miss. Where do you come from? And where will you go? Okay, no, this guy's got to be from Colombia. Where did you come from? Cut night Joe. Sorry. Like, I feel like they do that. This is not the first time they've done that as well. They've done the where they come from, where they go. They've written that so many times. I swear. Like this has got to be like the third time I've seen a where did X come from? Where did X go? And I feel like I feel like they're doing it deliberately at this point. Because there was no reason to ask that second bit either. It's just... And for Monster and Don't Kiss the Barbecue Chef apron. Oh, that would be great, actually. I can somehow see that on Monster. It looks really weird, but I can kind of see it. It's possible it's also a trope for the Mysterious Wanderer archetypes. Oh, true, yeah. Oh, now, aren't I the one asking... Don't you interrupt. The Count gives words that you're a pillar of talent. Do you have any inclination for philosophy or the arts? Any unique insights, perhaps? I love how the noblewoman and the businessman are like, you know, thirsting over her. Meanwhile, the pretentious man, let's go down to business, immediately is just asking about... I mean, to be fair, in all this case, the pretentious man is actually kind of okay in this case. At least he's more, you know, like he's just, you know, I want to learn from you. I want to do something. You know, I want to. How do you get so popular? That somehow seems more legit than what the other two are doing. More straightforward. Yeah, exactly. You flatter me. It was only chance I aided the Count's wife. I had the distinction of his recognition, that's all. Ironically, he's the normal one, exactly. Oh, if you're familiar with the Count, surely you know Sir Thompson too, then. There it is. Of course, Sir Thompson is a rarity of a scholar in Toron. I often hear the Count talk of him. Well, then things couldn't align better. A servant, please fetch the wine I bought. I wish to have a proper coursier with the Count and the cleric. The coursier? Is that how it's said? It sounds French. How dare you speak Gaulish here? Don't you dominate our soiree, you egomaniac. Can't we all just chat about something fun? For example, that fashion walk at Londinium. Fine by me. Everyone, just let me rest my legs for a while here. I'll be soaking in the knowledge. Actually, yeah, he's starting to sound more like an American businessman every time I read what he says. Now, aren't you a lazy one? Your estate would be doubled by now if not for that. Causerie. Oh. An informal article or talk. Typically on a literary subject. Oh, okay, interesting. Free wineries still isn't enough? Ah, okay. He's a wine seller. That seems less romantic than arms dealer, but I guess you do still travel the world and get invited to things by owning a wine business too. Maybe it's a front. Anyway. Oh right, you mentioned you had another guest. I don't know if... I like how she went from You know, oh, don't mind me, pretend you didn't see me too. This is our second important guest. Makes sense why he's always in noble dinners, yeah. He might be the supplier of wine, yeah. I suppose if he owns like a fancy wine business, like an actual like, you know, talking along the lines of champagne and oh, I forgot what it's called, like whatever that red wine is called, like, you know, those sorts of things. Then yeah, you could definitely imagine them cozying up to the businesses in order to get the deals and that. Yes, Pinot Noir. There we go. Thank you. Good evening, Misters and Missuses. That is odd. Heidi, what are you doing here? Little Heidi, you are very prettily dressed today. That bastard Thompson. I fear for my life. It's children alone where I'll never compare to him. Still thinking about, you know, his status and all that. Calm down, man. You'd probably do better if you weren't so worried about it all. Now, Heidi isn't even of drinking age. None of you hand her a wine glass. That is very un-British. Servants, if you could pour her a cream soda. That is even less British. Especially for a fancy do. You certainly would, unless you're like 5. F the wine, I want cream soda too. True, it has actually been a while since I've had cream soda. They sell it here, but it's like imported from the UK, so it's quite expensive, so I never really get it that much. I might get some. He's a responsible family member. Again, not very British. I jest. But still, it's quite a common thing for posh parties. You would have a wine with a meal. That, and you also drink in private under 18 anyway, but we'll ignore that. Don't always treat me like a child, Uncle Vincent. But drinking laws are drinking laws. Your father specifically warned me. After all, you're at that age. Okay, I'm gonna assume she's like 16. So, drinking laws, but that age is what you're referring to. Nobles carrying for laws. Yeah, exactly. It's like, huh? I mean, I know it's probably because it's a game and they probably have, like, restrictions where they can't have characters of a certain age drinking, even if it would be appropriate for the setting because of things like censors and not wanting to get different age scales for the reviews and all that. But still, it would be things like... in reality, this would not be... This is Europe. She probably started drinking at 12. Exactly. It's not uncommon. Like, I think it was something like there in private in the UK there isn't exactly a drinking age, but there is a point where it's so young it becomes neglect. But at that point, that's less the drinking and more the neglect. So it's quite So it's quite interesting. Because normally, yeah, at a venue, you would have a wine with your food, as long as you're, you know, around adults and they're there. So that would normally be the case. But of course, you know, it's a different culture. It's Victoria. It's not Britain. It's Victoria. So they have their own laws and they have their own culture. I like seeing these because I always like to imagine that they actually say it. They actually say sigh or they actually say pout. But yeah. All right, all right. Strike the cream soda and replace it with a ginger ale. Okay, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. That is more like it. I don't need you to coddle me like this. Little Heidi is eager to grow up. It's sad. No father wants to see his daughter grow up this quickly. I was like that at her age too. Only wanted to buy some jewellery and my father gave me a tongue lashing for it. I forgot tongue lashing meant yelling. That surprised me for a moment. Yeah, yelling. Even if you won't let me drink, at least can I join the dinner party? Let me see, I'll sit right back here. Oh, I'll sit right here, rather. Just, Heidi's just, not Heidi, Kalt'tsit's just like, but that's my lap. Sorry, I need to shut up. It would be my honour, Miss Heidi. Allow me to hold your hat for you. No need, I'll be fine with it on. Good. Then, Heidi, don't forget that you came here tonight in secret. In a while, you'll be good and sleep for the night upstairs. You dress very much like your mother, girl. Well, funny you should say that, it's her dress. But right now... He's like... Cleric Kalt'tsit, do you think I'm still a child too? To you, I see no reason why it should matter. Let me pour your glass for you. Here's your ginger ale. Heidi Pog. Thank you. Is it to your liking? It's actually quite a nice drink. Huh. You took it better than I did when I first had ginger ale. I wasn't a fan. To kill almost anyone is a child. I kind of wondered if that was sort of the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh my. There is no alcohol in ginger ale, is there? What's gotten your face red? Have you seen who she's sitting next to? The girl's wary of strangers. It's nothing new. Do not speak those words to me. I was there when it was written. I would love for them to wriggle that reference in at some point. That would be amazing if they have Kalt'tsit say that. Or maybe one of the other, like, you know, ageless or ancients or whatever. Or beast folk, you know, any of those sorts of... Just any of the long-living ones. Oh, actually, no, wait. No, they did. Emperor said it, didn't he? With, Wolf Boy, what's his name? The wolf spirit. Didn't Emperor say that he was there when those rules were written or something? In Il Siracusano? Yes, he did say it to Zaro, yeah. Amazing. God, I love all the references in this game. I really do. They really are. They always manage to shoehorn in some of the best, like some of the best Gen Z internet culture references. Come, friends. Seeing as we're all present, let us officially begin. You are most correct. The height of Lifanian's arts capture all hearts alike, but those Lifanians are far too pompous about themselves. What affords them to look down on us? Lifanian, oh, Lifanian, they've had too much misfortune. I haven't stopped hearing Witch King stories since I was a baby. Who knows if the twin empresses will manage to sort out that king by the time I visit the place. Who would visit knowing the terror of the Witch King? Far too pompous if you looked at the mirror. To be fair, at this point, it is very much like a noble conversation. Like, you know, you've got some British nobility badgering on about the nobles in Germany or France or whatever, even though they are just as bad, if not worse. That was a Lingering Echoes event reference. Oh, interesting. So this came after the first Lingering the first Lingering Echoes when it first rolled out. Okay, interesting. Unlike the monarchs who ascended young, the Witch King became emperor at nearly 50 years of age, and then governed Lithanian for many more. No, this came first. Oh, interesting, okay. Oh, so they were talking about the threat that was coming, and then the threat came in Lingering Echoes. Okay. I really hope the event comes around again, because I missed it when they did the rerun, because I hadn't started yet. I started with Gavials, which was after, and apparently it's a really good story, and I don't want to read it, just in case it comes around again. December? Ooh, nice, okay. That's quite a few months away, but I'll definitely be playing it then. Undoubtedly, the Witch King is the greatest caster of all our lands. He turned himself into a freak of nature. He's just like those horrible stories depicted him. His horns all bent into strange shapes, emitting this strange energy. What is he, Hellboy? Walk in the Dust references a lot of future events, i.e. Lingering as an example. Oh, okay, interesting. I'll have to see if there's any more that I might recognize or maybe not. Oh, I've never seen the Witch King shown in a newspaper before. Sorry. This wine's just too fine. But I have seen photos of the twin empresses. Come to think of it, one gleaming gold, one dark as night. Of course, you can't have twin characters without them being opposites or some sort of yin and yang, or night and day, or whatever. HG's writing setup is so good, you keep going back to old stories, and to the DiCaprio pointing meme, yes, literally. I wonder when they'll add that meme in. Someone's going to do that in a piece of artwork, we just know it. Damn, she's angry now. Lithanian is in flux. Presumably the Witch King rarely leaves his tower. From start to finish, he's gazed dispassionately at Lithanian, and even when he grants an audience, it's as he casts a grand shadow from atop his tower. Man sounds like Sauron. Oh, I suppose Witch King. Yeah. I mean, the Witch King isn't Sauron. The Witch King is the Witch King of Angmar, but still, I guess it's kind of there. Well, I guess also Witch King of Angmar, whatever it's called, has the Minas Morgul, which is also a tower. So I guess it works. Also, I've noticed that sometimes it's Lithanien and sometimes it's Lithanian. What's the difference between the two? Because they seem to talk about it as if it's the same thing, but I've noticed the spelling change multiple times. Yet, the last time he touched the ground, he was morphed beyond recognition. His wretchedness, his two horns cut off by the twin empresses apiece, drew true sighs of lament. Ian is a country, Ian is a people. Okay. The full picture of that coup d'etat is still unclear to us, but to my knowledge, even our most heroically adored wanderer would never match the Witch King's true strength. Who's your wanderer? This being why when the Empress's voice arrived at Victoria, escorted by knights, The Grand Dukes were all still willing to suspend their quarrels and treat each other with respect. Pardon? It sounds as though you've been to Londinium before? I arrived from there. It was a local sanctus enlightening me that led me on this path. Haha, Kalt'tsit, didn't I say? These are all wonderful friends of mine. See just how popular you are. Truth is, I have a girl about the same age as you. She only knows how to splash my hard-earned money away all damned day. How nice it'd be if she could learn from you. Getting to know you tonight has been a truly wonderful time. Can I ask if you're still single, dear Kalt'tsit? Lady, calm down! You're in public! I get the feeling she wasn't talking like about her son or something either. Like, I think she was asking before herself. There was no way. I like how she went from, oh, you're a woman, that's a shame, to, can I get your number? Can I get your messenger's address? Cleric Kalt'tsit. Oh, Heidi, don't cut in so randomly. You should be heading upstairs to turn in about now. Allow her to speak, Count. In this day and age, children are always much more mature than we imagine. Cleric Kalt'tsit, can I ask if you've been to Ursus before? Oh? Oh, that nation rife with rebellion and violence. Well, that ain't the half of it, man. I've been writing about Ursus for the past 2-3 days now. I'm about 5,000 words deep. It's gonna be one of my longest videos ever, and I don't really want to edit the subtitles for it. Do not remind me of that damned nation. When I was studying abroad, I spent some time at Deity Griffinburg, the capital city. Are you interested in Ursus? Yes. Papa once gave me a few books to read by an Ursus author. Oh, I'm so sorry. That must have been the most depressing thing you've ever read. I can't remember about Ursus. Oh, shush, Moment. Ursus only ever produces two kinds of art. Raucous sensationalism, or true eternal great. Yeah, true. If Thompson liked it, chances are it was the latter, wasn't it? You lot really do trust him. Papa really put him in high esteem. He even wanted to go to Deity Griffinburg himself to visit him. But business always meant he had to put it off. And this year, with his old injuries flaring up again, he wasn't able to go. Griffinburg, not Griffinburg. I haven't really seen much information on the city. It just says capital city in any of the information I find, but I'm assuming it was named during the Hippogriff Empire as opposed to the Ursus Empire, because it seems more towards that end. And it would make sense that the capital city would have stayed the same throughout. Although then again, I say that, but in real world Russia, St. Petersburg was the capital for a while, so maybe not. Your father was injured. That's right, he broke his knee. Oh no. Oh, Ow. Yeah, that is one of the worst. And then put off surgery for too long, so it's not fully treated. If the fandom wiki page doesn't have info on it, then there's no info yet. Yeah, I think it's basically just listed as being the capital city of Ursus, and I think someone somewhere did mention it's inspired by St. Petersburg as the imperial capital. I think that was mentioned in the Wikipedia trivia, but I can't quite remember. Which makes sense. I warned him. No idea what happened last year. He came rabbling back with wounds all over. Yeah, that is what it's like being an Ursus. And all he'd say was he ran into a robber and dropped off a cliff. Wasn't interested in saying much else. I will laugh if we go back to the resort in Ursus, with the killing the person. And it turns out that guy was caught up in it. That would be quite funny. Do you want to go to Ursus, Miss Heidi? Now that won't do. The death of the last emperor and the rebellions had a profound effect on the country. Mate, do you want to write this script for me, please? You are much better at putting it than I am. Should you want to study there, you do well to wait a few years first. Maybe wait a century, wait for it to collapse. I'm just talking about it. What impression do you have of the country? I'll tell you a story. It's the story of how Ursus' Sixth Army was annihilated, without a trace, by a bottle of vodka. The rebellion. Drunk soldier decides to deck a noble in the face. That's got to be what they're referring to, right? And that's apparently what started the rebellion, and I think that is by far the dumbest way a rebellion has ever started in. Can you imagine being the guy that you were drunk off your shit, you've punched your equivalent of a senator or something, and then you find out later on, assuming you survived that what spiraled into a rebellion that has replaced people. That is it is by far one of my favorite scenarios. It's almost as good as a war starting because of a bucket. Well, this rumor doesn't sound plausible at all. When any event is boiled down to its cause, its conclusion tends to sound unexpected. We're all used to the process, aren't we? That does make sense. It's better than starting a war against emus. Especially when you lose the war against emus. It began with a ruffian from the army collecting rent in one of the garrison regions, and without realizing, he menaced a noble. That act fermented a whole way through. The Sixth Army then were always considered utterly corrupt. The old noble's power rooted too deep, while the Fifth Army were unconditionally obedient to the young emperor and the brand new state council. Oh, yes, I saw the state council mention. I like the state council. I like the idea of the younger nobles trying to figure out a way to fuck off the old nobles. We have no way to know for sure who fired the first shot, But as for the outcome, the Fifth Army utterly seized the chance to revolt, and in between the two cities' paths, started a direct firefight with the Sixth Army. Oof, I don't think those cities still stand. The prologue to The Great Rebellion comes in many editions. I've definitely heard a few things of the Sixth Army's varied deeds. They fought just like that? If it were that simple, then it wouldn't have been dubbed the Great Rebellion. Being a border guard outfit, the Fourth Army, with a domain of authority and influence, decidedly not in the hinterlands, suddenly switched sides to support the State Council and proactively declared no relationship to the traitors in the Sixth Army. New Emperor and new State Council, I'd love for them to succeed. Yes, same. After the execution of a few prepared scapegoats, the old nobility hadn't only the Sixth and Eighth Armies left in hand. Oh, Eighth Army mention. I didn't see the Eighth Army mentioned anywhere else except now. They're not even on the wiki. Come winter the following year, the nobility backing the Eighth Army pulled that same trick, capitulating alike to the Emperor. Why is that not mentioned? That is an entirely new thing. I've already read everything about Ursus. Why is that not mentioned anywhere in my research? Bruh. So it wasn't just the Fourth Army, the Eighth Army did it as well. And they did it afterwards. So it isn't just the Fourth Army betraying that got the Sixth Army annihilated. You'd think that was important information to write somewhere. Okay. Just gonna make a note of this. Yeah, opens notepad. Well, time to re-edit the script. Yeah, that is basically a paragraph's worth right here. This is a paragraph's worth of information. This is why the best source of information is the game itself. Yeah. Karma going to update the wiki later. Oh, I might out of spite, but no, I probably won't. I mean, I might, maybe. Maybe I'll add it as a comment saying, hey guys, could you add this? Okay. And so, the bitter fate of the Sixth Army, who had staked it all on it one throw, well, we can well imagine. And the cause of all this, very simple. One we all know. Simply, a drunk ruffian taking the vodka bottle he had in hand to attack a young noble. A marvellous story, Cleric Kalt'tsit, and might I even confirm, this tale is a little removed from the reality at all. Okay, yeah, so as in it's about as close to truth as possible. Heidi, I would not tell you that this is how Ursus is. Every civilization in the world deserves you seeing it for yourself. They should be appreciated and have to be reflected upon. In that Ursus you admire, what have you seen? Perhaps the farms and public houses? Perhaps the grand heroes? Perhaps the highs and lows of the life in Deity Grifferberg's opera house? That is a difficult word to say. I've only ever read it. I've never actually said it out loud. But what I've seen is the Great Rebellion's aftermath. An age on the verge of collapse. Ooh. I feel like you shouldn't say that in front of a whole bunch of Victorian nobles. Might Victoria have such an age of its own someday? Well, perhaps you should wait until episode 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe. I will not guarantee it either way, Miss Heidi. How could it? You little child. Are you afraid now because of Cleric Kalt'tsit's smidgen of story of Ursus? I've no intent to insult the Ursus people, but the Empire of Ursus is unarguably a savage, unreasonable nation. You know, I'm going to change my intro in the script to call it this. I'm not going to quote anything from the official part of the game. I'm just going to quote Count Vincent as if he's a real person. I have no intent to insult the Ursus people, but the Empire of Ursus is unarguably a savage, unreasonable nation. Quote Count Vincent. I need to figure out who he is and see if I can, you know, put occupation, because you normally put occupation after the person you quote. Anyway. But right now, isn't Londinion just as... Don't even say it. Though it pains us all that it happened, did Victoria waver for even a moment? Karma will never forgive Ursus, it seems. Yeah, no, never. Never will. But also, what are you talking about, man? Did they kill the previous king of Victoria or something? What did they do? Who did they get rid of? They hanged someone, and they all know that it's kind of going down to shit now because of it. Play the second half to find out. Okay. Alright, Count. Seeing as the topics come around, I think it's high time you told us about that trip to Londinion, yes? That's what we're most interested in. What high nobility did you meet? I'd be honoured to tell. Truth is, on the way, the Duke of Normandy personally invited me to a shindig, together at his flagship. Ooh, Duke of Normandy as well. So basically, William of Orange, or Orange, or whatever you call it. Because wasn't he Duke of Normandy, if I remember correctly? Also, where's Normandy in Terra? Well, hang on, so Normandy is a place in Terra. I didn't even connect the dots until just now. I'm assuming it's probably part of what used to be Gaul, maybe? What? And you managed to keep from telling us all the way till today? My, it was the Duke of Normandy himself. He always did detest Lithanians. Did he and his envoys from the Empress's voice have a scuffle? No, but by his retainer's words, the good Duke never once made eye contact with those gorgeous envoys that evening. You're doing it again, man. Although I like that. So basically, he didn't interact with them, and therefore the rumor mill is saying, "Oh, they had a fight." Like, that is so noble. Like, it's so like a noble nobility, like rumor spreading thing to happen. It's like, "Oh, I heard they had quite a scuffle." He just didn't look at them. But then, of course, that would be considered quite a bad thing to do in that sort of circle. Aha, now that's a proper manner of a duke. Ursus's theatrical grand dukes might number more in thousands and tens. Alright, maybe not that many. Okay, thank God, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I thought I was going to have to search for a lot more of them. But they are quite unchecked. Yes. And, if I might add, somewhat incompetent too. Yes. That's a form of arrogance, but I must say, everyone who's experienced the Londinian manner for themselves would echo the sentiment. I trust the Duke of Normandy need only rely on his own power to make those Lithanian greed-blinded extremists know their place. for a few dozen years. Let alone the fact we've certainly made more than a single duke. But we've certainly more than a single duke, rather. There are millions of generals. Oh god. Can I take a moment to appreciate Count Vincent's mustache? Yes. Yes, very, very nice. Very prim and proper and curly. Tuck it out, Heidi? No, I'm still thinking about what Cleric Kalt'tsit said. Could I talk with her alone for a bit? Well, careful now, you're going to make that noble woman jealous. Oh, if we're to talk of Londinion without Kalt'tsit, it would certainly be much duller. You flatter me. Now, no rush. I see the Baron of Rye is calling at me, so I'll need to chit-chat with him now. I assure you, I'll be back shortly to tell the full tale. Yes, a very distinguished gentleman. Does this all bore you, Miss Heidi? Huh? No, it doesn't. I'm alright. Is Heidi, an operator by any chance? I just feel like I've seen her face before. Like before this, rather. Unless maybe I did just see a sprite. Yes? Oh, really? Is she called Heidi? Do I have her? Anyway. Huh? No, it doesn't. I'm alright. Fine. I thought we'd talk more about poetry or the wheat harvest, but it turns out not. She's a 5-star bard. Oh, I don't think I have any bards. No, you don't. Okay. To be fair, when you have a conversation with nobles or any sort of rich folk, it always turns into politics. That's something I can confirm for myself. I've been to at least one shindig, and yeah, it immediately talks about the current affairs and the geopolitics. You never rolled Sora? I do not know. I might have. Thick of foreign politics. It's what tonight's dinner party was meant for. I can see. You also consider it somewhat boring, don't you? You understand more than anyone, and you can't stand all those people in a giggling gaggle around Uncle Vincent, correct? She's Gacha only. Ah, okay. You seem to have some misunderstanding about me. We only met tonight, didn't we? You're right, Cleric Kalt'tsit. You can call me just Kalt'tsit. Have to call it here. Have a nice evening, everyone. Okay, have a nice evening, night. Then, Kalt'tsit, could you walk with me? In a while longer, Uncle Vincent will have me sent off to the loft. Into the loft. I certainly don't want to go to bed this early. The snow seems to have gotten heavier. Would you mind that? I wouldn't. Allow me to accompany you. Whew, what a snowstorm. The biggest one in recent years. I like the snow, Kalt'tsit. And I like my home too. I know. Whew, how cold. Everyone's all huddling inside by fireplace. It's just the two of us now. I'm gonna stop you right here. You do not go. It is just the two of us now, Kalt'tsit. He. And then repeat the name again. You do not do this. It's so difficult to be alone with you. You're yet young, Heidi. Your father shouldn't have let you get involved so easily. But that's what I wanted, Kalt'tsit. I wanted to do something or other, instead of hiding in the warm house, gazing out, just as a child would. When winter truly comes, would a single oak of Victoria's be spared from the blizzard? Then, that being the case, we should prepare early. You resemble your father greatly. Is that a compliment? Let's say it is. Now is a bit of a dancing around. I'm going to sub in Heidi if you want to see. Okay, sure, yeah. I think once this cutscene is done, I'll take a quick look then. Nobody should find us here, so I'm going to stop you right there again. Stop cutting off these sentences, like, at the most suspicious times. Now I can hand these letters to you. Oh. Your father's intelligence operatives are never late. They're the best messengers, workers, and aspirants in all of Victoria. Except this time. This immediately went to a completely different thing that I had not expected. They arrived precisely when they mean to, God. I hate that my very first thought was, okay, Heidi, calm down. Then my second thought was, oh god, Heidi's dad, maybe? And then, no, it's just spy stuff. Oh, I've watched too many romance movies. Has something happened? The young Heidi makes not an innocent step move. Step more, rather. Okay, I was gonna say. She is right. Before upheaval arrives, the young must always be the soonest to prepare. There are 2 letters, Dame Kalt'tsit. One from all of Victoria, and another from Casdell. Oh?
Slice them up like a millefeuille. How do you like it?
Thank you, Lapland. Well, that was curious. Okay, so before I move on, let me see. Oh, yeah, I do this while I'm here. The shifting... Whoever might that be from, yeah. Well, surely it can't be from Teresa yet, because didn't they start off as enemies, apparently? I don't know. Unless they had already known each other by this point. I don't know. The shifting of each grain of sand tells a story. As Kalt'tsit predicted, the pursuing soldiers arrive on schedule, throwing themselves into the snare. Interesting. Alright, so 2 choke points this time. Okay, so let me have a look at this. Reed. I didn't get her in the end. So annoying. Ah! Interesting. Wait, what do you mean Javelin Boy map? I thought we were done with those herd throwing people. Depending on how fast or how long the stream is, we might need one more stream to finish. Interesting, okay. I'm still quite early on. Isn't it normally like 10 stages? So ranged, support healing. Kind of. It's a bard. The Skadi altar is also a bard, isn't she? 8 stages. Oh, okay. All ally units within range gain 1 block. Ooh, that's good. And inspiration. What is that? Increase base stats. Only the strongest effect of this type applies to each stat. Okay. Equal to 50% of Heidi's defense and 20% of Heidi's max HP. This unit's trait effect is increased to 23%. Okay. That block count is actually really strong. I need more people that give block count pluses. I love the lobby theme. Yeah, I really do as well. I still can't think of what it reminds me of though, which is a bit annoying, but... Okay, so Bard does not attack but continuously restores the HP of all allies within range. HP restored per second is equal to 10% of self-attack. Stealth is unaffected by inspiration. When skill 1 is equipped, allies within range gain 6% attack, plus 1%. When skill 2 is equipped, allies within range gain 6. Okay, interesting. She looks quite different from the Girl, why are you fighting in why are you fighting in high heels? Come on now. That is dangerous. You're gonna twist your ankle. Stainless. Anyway, so yeah, that's Heidi. Interesting. Oh, no. Well, I could, but... F1 massively buff attack and nuke the block count to 0. Oh. So basically everyone becomes like Melantha. I can't imagine her legs can move that much. Should be all fine. Yeah, I'll definitely say, yeah. She fights by stepping on enemies. Okay, so so that was the skill, and then who was it? Epsilon. Okay, let me refresh, see if I can find Epsilon. There, right there. Nice. And this is the first skill. All ally units within range have -3 block and gain inspiration equal to 90% of Heidi's attack. So nearly the full attack. What is her attack though? Okay. So nearly the full amount. That's interesting. But it does basically give them no block. Interesting. Okay. Definitely going... She definitely seems quite interesting. I definitely need a character that gives block as well.
Let's go!
Oh, fuck it. There you go. Yes.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys.
At your service. How's that?
Oh, I nearly put her in front of the enemy. Oh, I didn't have the... Oh, I do now.
I have to get serious now.
solid positioning.
Anti-armor infantry. Oh. I think I've seen you in IS2, haven't I? Or IS3? I'm fairly certain I've seen you before.
Doctor, leave the big guys. Who's
Oh,
next?
you're pointing down. I thought I had you pointing to the side. That was dumb. Oh, there's no drone. Okay, that's it. That's useful. IS2, IS3, CC11. Oh, okay. You can see why I call him Javelin Boy. Yeah. I'm surprisingly okay with this. I love how Heidi... Ooh. Agent. Reduce operator's ability to block other enemies. Oh, okay.
ついてきて。ロックンロール。戦場は騒がしいから、知事はもっと大きい声でお願い。
You'll have to try harder than that.
There we go.
Don't worry, my poison is not honey to me. Poison to you.
I love how Heidi in the last part is playing the childish, foolish girl during the party, and the moment she's alone with Kalt'tsit, she shows that she's a competent spy. Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting that.
I have to get serious now. Ooh, almost honey to me. Poison to you. Ora, ora!
I love the way they run. They fire a rocket launcher and it's just like...
Everybody good? We've got another battle waiting for us. Pump yourselves up. We're gonna crush this mission together.
I'm wrong. To be honest, I remember seeing them in IS3 more so than IS2, actually. Because I played a lot of IS2, and then when I played IS3 once on stream, I came across those rocket launchers and I'm like, what the fuck is that? A gravel kind of makes those rocket launcher guys pointless. I imagine, yeah, because you can just put them down. Man, imagine these guys with Vernal Winds buffing guys. I'd rather not. Okay, so this is a pure cutscene. I mean, they're all kind of pure cutscenes anyway. Let's be honest with you. when it's this early on in the stage, they're basically just cutscenes with a sort of a autoplay running in the background afterwards. You just put the operators down and they do their thing. No patch of soil pays any heed to the blossoming of a few clusters of flowers. The land does not care, for the land encompasses all things. IS2 map called Fireworks Show. But isn't Fireworks Show the one with the casters? That sort of Congo line of casters. I thought that was the Fireworks Show. Oh, okay, maybe not. I mean, it does make sense though. The ones with the rocket launchers would be called Fireworks Show. 17 years ago. That's Ursus? Yeah, 17 years was Ursus. 13 years is Victoria. 20 years is Sargon. The one with Rat King. Oh, yeah. I don't think I ever actually beat him. Or maybe I've done it once or twice when I've been really lucky with the operators I could get, but most of the time I don't beat them. 2:44 PM, clear. Central Ursus, Pine Valley Retreat exterior. Ah, old friend. Are you feeling better now? No, you lie down. I'm just here to see you. I'll be leaving soon after. A bird and beast's work is never done, and the one who saddled me was myself, to boot. Also, I now know why, like, they look so different. They look so, like, more modern, like Witte and that. Because, of course, they're the younger nobility. They're the new guard compared to the old guard. I still feel like there's some sort of Soviet thing to them, though, but that might just be because of the bird on their thing, and like the outfit looks more like what you'd expect for the late, the mid to late 20th century. Maybe that's why, but I'm guessing, yeah, because this is to show that they're the newer ones. What? No, of course. To you, I'm still the same young lad you know, not to the Minister of Finance. What's the point in fiddling with ranks? We're all here giving our strength to Ursus's vast land, striving for the truly honourable future of our Majesty's envisions. We're all His Majesty's people. The few who've forgotten it, still living in the violent past, will sooner or later become orphans of archaic convention. Sorry, it seems government business has built up some steam in me. Don't worry, I can see how my colleagues and fellow strivers are strong in spirit, and I can see how the rot in the rotten eats away at themselves. We will be victorious. Either that or you'll end up like the Mensheviks. Those loudmouth nobles in the army, they and those woodworms will very soon be dust at His Majesty's feet, and we will sweep them out of his way. I really hope so. That's right. The State Council is changing. We'll take everything everything of His Majesty's back from those unthinking, undoing aristocrats' hands. We'll tear the olden days to shreds, savage them, profane them. We must open a new way for Ursus, old friend. I will do it. We will all do it. Even if it takes our whole lives. Ursus needs change. This isn't too far from what I had said in my part about, would Ursus change and how would it happen? That wasn't too dissimilar to what I assumed they would have to do in order to get it to work. So I'm glad there's something that I don't need to change. I forgot about the maid outfit. Today. The original plan was next week, but today's the best chance. I just heard the head caretaker say the Minister of Finance's arrival is clearly intended to rattle that spineless coward. Though the Minister was unwilling to meet him, he was at least willing to move himself. Suit Kalt'tsit is superior? I agree. I actually like the suit more. But I'm still disappointed in Hypergriff for their allergy to money. Like, how does it happen? Do you, show them a dollar bill and they start screaming? Why? You see these outfits, they make them already. You might as well go a step further. Pay a little extra and do the full shebang and sell it. I can't believe I'm, saying that gachas should be selling more and should be taking more money, but sell them! Don't forget Biker Chen. Sell them! Just sell them, please! Do the thing people always complain about with gachas and sell everything. He's frightened, and fear will make him show openings. Coward doing a fry, shut up and take my money, yes. Exactly. I mean, the art's just really good as well. Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, half the time I'm not even, like, it has no effect, like, you know, getting an outfit and all that. But in this case especially, like, if anything, you're kind of like buying portraits more so than anything. They just look really good, and it's nice to have. And like the cyberpunk skins that they all had for Ambience in Evasia, where's those? Where's my Texas urban wear outfit? Or any of the outfits for this year's Ambience in Evasia? Where's any of those outfits, Hypergriff? Anyway. His guards might not have been able to arrange for this sudden meeting in time, but he had no choice except to show himself before us as hastily as possible. With another Ursus VIP visiting, opting to assassinate the Grand Duke is an extremely risky idea, but this place has never been empty of major players. And I can count the number of times the Grand Duke left his area alone on one hand. We're still not certain enough. I'm still not certain enough. But I trust you are. I've wanted to believe, even, that you could always do it. Tell me, do you still have any misgivings? I'll settle them with you, even if I... Lilia. My greatest misgiving is whether you'll live well, as I hope for you to. No matter how you'll regard what I say next, I still must recognize, in Chernobog, all those youngest, richly idealistic, most ardent scientists all gave their lives. I am not willing to see them die, Lilia. I regard you in the same way right now. I can't do that, Kalt'tsit. After this is over, I'll make for Syracusa, then on to Victoria. Oh, do we get to see what she's like in Victoria? Mafia boss Kalt'tsit would be quite interesting. If you come with me, and don't continue with your plans in Chernobog, then you don't have to die. I can't bear traitors stamping footprints on my husband's dried blood, not even for 1 second. You're very selfish. Well, I don't know why I was about to say stylish. That's not what she's saying. But that'd be a weird thing to say in response. You're very selfish. I am. But don't you forget my most selfish request of all. Look after my daughter, and if she's willing, teach her medicine. Did she become a medic in the end? I can't remember. Oh yeah, she became a pharmacist, didn't she? Like one of the first ones. You can surely live on, Kalt'tsit. Also, my man's is so broad. Old friend. Winter this year is very cold, but I trust spring will be warm as it ever was. Also, I realise it's been winter in almost every era that this has been... Well, not era. Every year that this has been... this event has taken place in, it's always been winter or winter is coming. I still remember the day we first met was at the beginning of spring, attending that speech so brimming with passion. You didn't cheer, nor did you bellow. We noticed each other when our eyes met, and of course others too. You don't need to write this as if it's some sort of Shakespearean love poem. Calm down now. No one felt any pride in the successful invasion. Those cheering and revering the former emperor's glory, unable to even see the barren land they stood on. having allowed no one else to survive. Well, I wonder which invasion this was. Kazmiage, maybe? Maybe the beginning of the invasion of Higashi? I think they did well at the beginning and then they lost. Witte, is spring coming? I do not know, old friend. Perhaps. Spring this year may come slightly early, but my catastrophe messenger tells me, following a fierce catastrophe up north, it may be cooler after some days. Perhaps we may even return to winter. Oof. Karma, he might have a coat hang to make his shoulders broad. Yeah. Yeah, Higashi one is funny. Well, I was reading through the little information there is on the war against Higashi. Guys, please write more about these past events. I want to know what happened. But anyway, I was reading through the little information we have on it, and I really found it interesting just how much like the actual Russo-Japanese war it was like. And I do wonder if there was some similar like goals as well. Like, is there a place like, because in the Russo-Japanese war there was the fight for Korea because both of them wanted Korea. Is there something similar like that with Higashi, for example? Is there its version of Korea that one ended up winning instead, or is that not part of the equation in this case? Like, there's a lot of things I want to know about it. Although I feel like I say this about every conflict, so maybe there's just something about conflicts I really want to know more about. Perhaps we may even return to winter. None of us like winter, do we? I do. I don't like it either, old mate. I swear they for some reason, Witte is always given some really strangely like English lines. But you did warn me. Perhaps I should give up the bottle. I shouldn't be weathering winter with drink. All it does is numb. Darkness might get me frostbitten. Drunkenness, rather, might get me frostbitten. But winter won't last too long. Just the fallout of a calamity. Well, this is an eternal rest. The most secure method, completely effective, and not so fast acting it gives us nowhere to run. Oh, that's really what it's called? An eternal rest? That is a metal name for a poison. Have you fully prepared our retreat? From the first day we arrived? I'd already finished preparing everything. Perhaps we won't have much time. I understand that, but if we just do it like we practiced, we should have plenty of... No. We've taken this sanatorium as far too simple a place. Your plan doesn't need to change. Leave everything afterwards to me to handle. Or me to handle, rather. What did you find out? Monster discovered traces of the enemy while hibernating. Have you heard of the Grand Duke having dealings with other powers of Ursus, or not? Would you prefer organ liquid fire or even or ever screamer poison? No, he's been content here all this time. Monster, is that pet of yours? Oh, is that pet of yours? What did it see? Some Ursus folk legend? I cannot realistically tell you the facts. That would only shrink our chances of survival to the minimum. Ursus has many, many means. Fear becomes a lure. Investigating this will only serve to affect your judgment, trust me. I get the feeling because Witte is here, there's going to be Emperor's Blades, surely. Like, I imagine the Emperor's Blades will be around the highest members of Ursa's government, right? So I kind of feel like they're probably loitering, especially if there's no guards around, because they mentioned it before that Witte seemed to be traveling without much of a security entourage. That can't be true. They're somewhere. They're lurking. They probably already know about this. Alright, it's about time now. See the blonde feline carrying a bag? He's the Grand Duke's private doctor. I know. What can a Grand Duke accomplish? Look at these fellows stuck in their old ways. Of course, the moment that half-blinded governor knelt in front of His Majesty, he ceased to be any more of a threat. He's very smart, choosing when it's suited to save his own skin. Nothing like some people, putting up last stands of their own selfish gains, even squandering what little live power Ursus had left to deal with that aftermath of rebellions. I feel like the one that was very smart to choose what suited his own purpose, I feel like they're talking about Cashew there. Because I imagine he was probably one that, you know, bowed his head, did the whole shtick of, yes, okay, I'm now with you, I'm sorry for being an idiot. Like, he seems like the sort that would have done that. I mean, it could have been any one of the other nobles, but still. It grieves me so, though I'm no military leader. Whenever I see our motherland's production at standstill, the economy in decline, I lament deep and deeper. You would hate to see your real world equivalent right now. you would look at the currency and shoot yourself. It is interesting. Did His Majesty pardon those opportunists? They'd put their own interests above His Majesty's and Ursus's with just 1 inch of slack in one heartbeat. Don't condemn His Majesty's benevolence. Compared to putting up with a few shrewd but provisionally loyal nobles, what we truly cannot bear is continuing our endless internal friction, which is continuing because we've got nobles in position of power that has their own militaries that doesn't jive well with the other militaries. Do you not see the problem there? They're always going to be an issue as long as they're there. I'll leave that to the video. I'm not going to rant on about it. We must think of ways to pull out the weeds and pests. We must sow the seeds. We must, when spring comes again, see the new buds. For this I've strived. Please pardon my language. I very rarely say such things, but I swear upon His Majesty, I do feel pride in my own present status. Old friend, be reassured, those sacrificed cannot complete their undertaking. All those who survived will keep trying and trying. His Majesty will bring a new future to Ursus. Even the most stubborn nobles and those twisted deities, and those monsters planted in the darkest corners of our motherland, they all must fear. They all must fear our Emperor. My duty is simply to ensure this. I hate that I kind of sort of support Ursus to an extent, mainly just because there is the chance. Slim, probably about as slim as Russia in the late 90s, if not slimmer, but there's still the chance that it could be something. Halt. Did the head caretaker not tell you? Grand Duke Vanya has requisitioned this place, and no one is to come near. I am the doctor on shift today. I am the Grand Duke's medical consultant. By all rights, this is my work permit. You're new here? Yes. Grand Duke Vanya's doctor on duty is his private doctor. It's an unwritten rule. Lucky you pretty much get a vacation day. Seeing as it's your first time, I won't blame you, but wander around this corridor again, and your death will not be pretty. Now, get out. Find somewhere to spend your vacation while you have it. It's me. Not much. The doctor on shift at the retreat. I'll get them out of here. What? The quack's vanished? But it'd be dangerous to... the Minister of Finance is here. I know. You two, halt! Yes, we're listening to you. Can I ask if something's the matter? Come with me, and you'll see. A world of pure imagination, sorry. Listen, no matter what you find, it's because of the Grand Duke's same old problems. Don't make a fuss over nothing. Oh, no matter what you find. I love if it turns out that they're poisoning him anyway. Like he's already being poisoned. Like slowly, like some sort of arsenic bullshit or something. Like he's been getting progressively sicker because of the government. Be dependable. Take care of him properly, get out quickly after the sun's down, and don't disturb his peace. What is he, a werewolf? Get out before the sun goes down. Don't see anyone with an umbrella. Well, yes, but I mean, would you fancy a cup of tea? It's quite nice. It's green tea. It's got some sugar in it. Ignore the taste of thorium. You don't have to worry about that. You know. Ignore the originium-laced tea. Treat him properly, and you'll be rewarded amply. Enough for poor people like you to live happily for a long time. I feel like these soldiers aren't exactly in the riches either. Like, if anything, okay, they're in a place like this, so they're not exactly going to be Private Conscriptovich, but still, like, you say that as if you're not a grunt. As if your money doesn't come from peddling whatever it is you steal from your military. Because we know Ursus is doing that. We know they're doing the same thing. We know they're doing that thing of, they say they're gonna do stuff, they spend loads of money, then it just goes into people's pockets. We know they do that. They very clearly do. Oh, maybe he is rich then because of that. Thank you kindly. We're honoured to have this chance. Kalt'tsit, where's your thanks? Ah, right. Thank you kindly, good sir. I still feel like Kalt'tsit grits her teeth whenever she has to play this, like, you know, submissive servant sort of character. Country people, don't mess this up. We'll pay full attention. Hold it. It's always been one person going alone. We can't make an exception this time, or the Grand Duke will turn his rage on us. Let the servant go in. But sir, I'm the doctor here. We prepare the medication the Grand Duke takes. You just stay here and wait. If anything happens, go in then. I don't understand. I am saying to wait here for 3 hours, on standby. And then, you cannot be in there for more than 10 minutes. If you take too long, no matter why, you will not leave alive. Search and then let this servant go first. As you command. Grand Duke. With his back to the light sits an... Okay, with his back to the light, comma, sits an old man. Lies an old man. He does not move. His breathing tranquil, gazing into the far distance. You said 10 minutes, right? Yeah. Oh, hello. We actually do get to see what you look like. Is it the doctor? No, I am only a servant. All right. Come closer. As you command. Are you Ursus? No. Lower your head. Let me feel your face. As you command. Ah, Vulpo. Or maybe feline. An adorable race. I mean, not that I don't deny that. When they're both people, it feels weird to say. Like, could you imagine speaking about people that way, if you get what I mean, in our world? I mean, it's compliment, but it's still sort of like, I don't know, there's something weird about it. Are your eyes unsighted? Yes. The problem from last month. I'm due to die. Suppose it today, suppose it tomorrow. So, you've come in vain, child. He knows. See, he knows, he must know, so you've come in vain. Because he's already going to die? Is that what you mean? People do that IRL and it's really, really weird. Yes, that's what I mean, like, I'm just thinking about that, it's like I mean, like, it's a nice thing, sort of, like, you know, it's from a place of niceness, you know, it's not like a bad thing necessarily. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's fetishization, but like, it's still just weird. It's something, because it's, I don't know how to describe it really. But it is always weird when you see people who sort of like talk about having like a really strong like preference or things like that. It's most likely you would have needed a reservation to kill him. Yeah. Yeah. They don't allow the doctor in. They're murdering me. I called it! I called it! The medicine they're giving him, I called it! He has been drinking the thorium poison. He has been smoking the thorium cigars. Literally called it. I'm still curious to know how you knew they were going to murder you, though. Won't you protest? You are a Grand Duke. Exactly why I am powerless to resist, Ursus. I've since accepted that. Just like old people can say stuff to children without problems, if I would say it, they would call the police for misunderstandings. How is the weather today? I can feel the sunshine, turning warm now. Not a cloud in sight, Grand Duke. Ah, not a cloud in sight. It's been long since the last day like this. Do you feel despair? Despair? Despair is but a passerby of the start. Our endless lives are always suffused with emotion. It neither induces despair nor makes your life bottomless joy. We are all living in compromise. Some would call it apathy, and some would say, I am simply reaping what I sowed. Yes, the weather is warming. That gust of wind just now failed to chill me to the bone. Who sent you, young lady? Not lung lady, she's not from Lungman. You've already surmised. And you're not astonished? Say, I thought some failure like myself would have been scapegoated in the limelight, forever looked down on by the young. I have never looked down on a single person, let alone you, the Grand Duke of Ursus. Of course you wouldn't tell me, honestly. That's to be expected. Let me take a guess. The Minister of Finance? No. He and my affairs are entirely unrelated. He does not possess this kind of finesse to interfere in other situations. If it were his idea, I would rather it his idea. Well then, was it some woodworm in the army? Those old, timid, cowardly bastards. Not them either. They have simpler ways. Let me guess, young one, who sent you here? Are you still there, young one? I am. Was it His Majesty's idea? His Majesty wants an arrogant fool like me to pay the price for his own stupid actions. Oh, I knew that evening was not but a nightmare. Do you still know how it feels to be blind in both eyes? Why did I see still? I don't see a still there. I don't know. From that dark view I had long been used to, I felt some more warped things squirming. The otherly sensation of fear. You mean the fear that cannot be concealed by blindness? That was the Royal Guard's will, young one. That evening, the Emperor's blade was only a step away from my throat. Oh. Oh. I shan't be doing that voice too often. Oh, not while I still have a sore throat. God, I shouldn't be so committed sometimes. Ah, you're right. Yeah. It just made my throat really dry, and I didn't take a drink until just then. Normally I'm fine doing grits or old voices or monster voices, as you guys have seen, but at the moment, because my throat's already quite sore, it's a bit worse. And you can't really do any of like the dry screaming or any of the other sort of like vocal techniques. You can't really do that while you have a sore throat. It doesn't work. So yeah, that was all just using my voice instead. I don't know why I do this to myself. It's not like I'm particularly good at it. What? A paring knife? Let me do it. The journey will be very tight. But if I don't even have the time to peel an apple for my old friend, I can't help but be disillusioned. Wait. Is this not Vanya he's talking to? I was about to make an inappropriate joke. Why? Because of tight? This journey will be tight? Is that why, maybe? Or is it something about the voice? Like, okay. Is this happening at a different time, or is Witte talking to someone else? Because I assumed he was talking to Vanya, but maybe he's talking to someone else. The voice? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. How could I let the Minister of Finance do some odd chore like this? Okay, yeah, no, it's got to be someone else then. Are you mocking me? Perhaps the Minister of Finance should not hold a knife. You should focus on something else. Whom are you talking to? If that's cashew, I'm going to flip. Don't joke with me, old friend. I'm just peeling an apple. Don't tell me you're about to rave superstitious at me. Look how fresh the fruits here at the retreat are. These will be good for your health too. No, it wouldn't be. I'm wondering who this is. It can't be Vanya, because Vanya's blind at the moment. But I assumed that's who he was talking to, but I don't know. No wit, my friend. Give the knife to me. Perhaps I'm due some exercise, so as to not rust myself away. You're too feeble. You might cut your own hand open. Surely you don't feel a staff officer of the army of Ursus would lack the strength to even a paring knife. Or paring knife. Wait. Oh, for a staff officer of the army of Ursus... Surely this isn't that arsehole that was yelling at Kalt'tsit. Surely not. No, it wasn't, because that guy was... No, that guy was someone else, and he got really, really formal and polite when Witte appeared. Because, you know, it's him. No, so this is someone else. This is just another veteran. No, I don't think that. God, every time I hear that snake's name, I get so angry. Oh, believe me, I know. And I had to write it multiple times. No, I don't think that. Ah, fine, old friend. Have the knife. Be very careful. Who stabbed who? What are you... Doctor! What are you doing? Why treat yourself like this? Cutting your own finger? Doctor! Oh, okay. I thought it was something completely different. I thought he literally stabbed himself or something. Or stabbed Witte. That would have been even more of a surprise. Okay, is he saying gasp or is he gasping? Like, Witte, don't worry. This doesn't hurt like you imagine. My year-round pains have already accustomed me. Don't hurry off now. Listen to me first. Look, Witte, on my right hand, the racket of artillery gunfire shook off some fingers. Kazimierz people lopped my right thumb off, and a Higashi assassin made off with half my pointer. What do they have against your hands? Like, why is it your hands that you're losing? Like fingers. Were you an archer or something? Did at any point did you think, oh, not again? I've always felt my right hand was undersold. Witte, taken simply for a knife hand, it fell to such treatment. Now, I have cut off my left-hand pointer. Oh, we didn't... Well, when he said cut, I thought you meant as in... just a cut. You literally lobbed it off. Okay. Here, both my hands are no longer sound. Very fair. He's losing his mind a bit. What is all this for? Tell me, Witte, from Ursus's wars, these glorious scars I once regarded as honour all my life, do they truly have any glory to speak of? I want to know who this person is. They sound fascinating. No, I do not need you to answer me. It's a trifling thing, but see, my fresh wound, blood dripping, this was done by my own will. It awakens me from my grave affliction, allows me to converse with you again. Witte, you will return to deity Grifferberg, correct? You will sooner or later return back to that grand city. Take a piece of my form, my constitution with you. My body was scattered about in campaigns, subjected to ruin, but only this piece of flesh was separated by my own will. I have no children, but this pointer finger jeer at my foolishness. Go on, this pointer finger is the only flesh I have birthed. Take it to deity Grifferberg. Bury it in your garden, or in a flower pot by the street. Let me live in the earth of deity Grifferberg. Or let my flesh become one with Ursus. Take me to deity Grifferberg. To the heart of what all our generations have defended. To the heart of Ursus. Witte. Oh, damn, we still didn't get to see what he looks like. Come on. sir, this is the Wendy's. What's with all the people running about today? Ugh, a flock of idiots who don't know the rules. Stay here and don't move. I'm taking a look. All right, sir. I don't know what Kalt'tsit's doing in there. Ugh, we don't have much time. Hey you, back in room 116. What? But my helper is still in. A servant is enough either way. Here. No need for a doctor. This is the Minister of Finance's request. If you upset a minister, we'll never survive it. Now leave. You want to see the gallows? Yes, sorry. I'm going right now. Kalt'tsit, quick. Fuck. Young one, come. Sit here. What's your name? Kalt'tsit. That is neither a nom de guerre nor a nom de plume, correct? I can hear from the manner in which you introduce yourself. I can hear you love this name, don't you, Kalt'tsit? Hard to say. We don't have long, Grand Duke. In a short moment, your guards will come charging in here. Oh, it seems I must make space for the assassin after my own life. My communicator should be right by my side. Here it is. Ha! What a prudent murderer. Just when did you pilfer it? Please, give it to me. Thank you for your trust, young one. You make such ease of it. No matter who sent you, I trust you will become one vastly capable. Sir, this is a servant of the retreat, who hails from my homeland. I wish to chat with her further. Do not disturb us until I give the order. Trespassers are in violation of the military order. Do you understand? Good. Where is your homeland? Right on the other side of Pine Valley. Are you so willing to trust me because you have all your means well prepared? Even if they came charging in, you could still escape unscathed, couldn't you? I will not answer that. Or you really aren't from the Royal Guard? You are neither twisted nor terrible. Yes. How could the Royal Guard leave their work to others? They are Ursus's most selfless monitors. Only those capable of being weighed on the scales. All will the Royal Guard look at with value. Alright. I have lost, young one. I cannot guess at all at your oh so mysterious past. Why have you come? My duty lies here. Kalt'tsit, will I pass away painfully? You won't. The drug will slowly erode your nervous system. You'll fall asleep as though entering a coma and never wake up. To an old soul plagued by illness, this may even be considered a favour. I thank you. A part of me feels like she accepted this because she knows about all of this and just wanted to give him a better death. Like, I kind of feel like the entire reason why she accepted going on this assassination campaign to begin with is probably because she already knew about everything that was going to happen. If it hurts, then don't do the voice. It's fine, don't worry. I can commit to the bit enough. That's, I can do it as much as it needs to and then I'll be fine. I've been meaning to ask, are you a doctor? A scientist? Do you have a shining pair of eyes? Do the odors of medicine cling to your fingers? Hold on. Did you come for that affair in Chernobog? Kalt'tsit, the director who died in the Inferno that day. Was that the name? If you truly remember every sacrifice, then perhaps I'm unable to escape the all-seeing eye of Ursus. Ah, it's you. You're the very Kalt'tsit. How strange that you hid from the secret police. What's more, and stole into this place without even changing your name. How did you do it? There's always ways, Grand Duke. Some want me dead, and some do not. I thought you were a scientist, one that should not so easily be fooled. Or could it be some have paid you off? Some have exploited your vengeful rage so as to have me killed? I am actually kind of using my coughs I'm sort of mixing my coughs into character, I'm going to admit, because I'm coughing anyway, even if I wouldn't do the voice. But if I feel like a bit of rasp is about to come out, I might as well feed it into the line. Even though he's not actually coughing at all in this conversation, he's probably actually fine. He's probably not really talking that weakly. He doesn't seem to be, but still. I believe I have no comment, Your Grace. It is time. I will inject the drug. Ah. You've signed my death warrant. Very good. This may be leagues simpler than such torture. It's done, Your Grace. How much time do I have left? 15 minutes, Your Grace. Tell me, young one, is the scenery before me very beautiful? Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, I really like that. All the land is budding, and the sunshine will feed it, filling it with hope. Is it beautiful? It's a magnificent scene, but this magnificence is trivially ordinary to Ursus. Young ones are always good with words. How many of our people could ever see this view? That's right. Flowers. My flowers. My scattered seeds. Have they sprouted? Have they begun to bud? Those eyes of mine, so ruined. Could not even preserve long enough to see them bloom. I feel like we've been blaming the wrong man, haven't we? Lilia's been blaming him for everything that happened, but was he even involved? I know it was the Fourth Army, his army, but was he... was he really part of this? Or was it just the... I've forgotten the name now, the mayor or whatever of Chernobog. So far, at least, you're out of luck. It seems the Empire's winter was detrimental to the growth of these ornamental plants. Victims of circumstance, they cannot bloom here. In this boundless winter, what did you plant? When I was young, I took part in a war against Kazimierz. Have you fought a war before, Kalt'tsit? Have you? That's a yes, I'm thinking. War is wild and chaotic. 10-some minutes past the first sound of gunfire. Formation and battlefield had lost all meaning. Pretty much, that is basically how war went. I mean, especially in the more medieval style that you see in Arknights, even with the guns and all that. Like, it does get chaotic very quickly if you're not careful. You have to make sure you keep the line, otherwise it falls apart and then you've either got a melee or you just have to run. Or a melee, I suppose, that's how it's actually called. Anyway. I promise I'm not salty about that word. A few knights wounded my leg and bludgeoned my head. I tossed my helmet aside and, as if for my life, I crawled. Crawled until I reached a flower field. And there I blacked out, and later saved by reinforcements. In my giddy days, I remembered what those flowers were like. Plain lilies. Getting sad music treatment, yeah. Yes. After the war, I asked someone to bring back some seeds from the frontier. I hated their Casimir's scientific name, and so called them by a completely new one. I like those flowers. My city regarded them as a symbol of the city itself. Ursus's soil is more suitable to raising them than Casimir's. My wife cared for them so well. But they never broke through the soil. Well, clearly Ursus's soil wasn't better then. Spring didn't come soon enough. Oh, sorry, that's her now. No, it's infectious. She's got it now. No. Spring didn't come soon enough, Your Grace. The earth, my beloved Ursus. Know it can nurture hopes of all kind. It is irrigated too by the bodies of the poor and the infected. I don't deny it has likely committed all manner of atrocity. Yet even so, the earth forgives all. I feel tired. I mean, what he says is kind of how they view it in Russia and extent. Like, yes, we have done atrocities, but we still love our land. I mean, technically speaking, that's all of patriotism, but still. That doesn't seem a very convincing excuse. Excuse? No, young one. I never thought I'd earn any pardon. And I never wanted one. Only in life's final moments do I think I was able to realize the meaning. It was all pine lilies. I want to see her again. Your wife? Leave now, young one. I feel how warm the sunlight, as if I can once again see. Perhaps you never had the means to pardon yourself in your final moments. I wish I could speak some of the languages in Arknights just so that I could do this sort of thing, but oh well, English will have to do. May yet Ursus forget you, Grand Duke. Ursus, my motherland. Oh, I need a drink now. Ah, water. Oh. You could butcher these kinds of things, you mean? Yeah. I mean, hey, if I'm going to know enough of a language to show off by switching dialogue when they say to, I'm at least going to try and get it right. Then again, I speak Spanish conversationally and I still butcher it when I try to in any of the Iberia events, so I can't talk. I mean, I can't talk in general, but still. Sir, the Grand Duke has fallen asleep. You don't need to tell me. We've had orders. We can only enter after half an hour. Huh. Same home as the Grand Duke. I've heard why you young women are all squeezing to work in this retreat. It's just to seek patronage from important nobles, isn't it? Are you satisfied now? What are you staring off for? Don't tell me you want me to shine your shoes. That is so oddly specific that I think that has happened before. You have been humbled by a regular commoner because they spoke to someone important, haven't you? And I would love to see that. Because you deserve it. You deserve that treatment. No, how could I dare? I am very sorry. Sir, don't be angry. I'll be going right now. Gah, low life. Powering knives... Is it powering or pairing? I don't even know now. Powering knives will very easily rust and lead to infection. We'll pay close attention to his condition, rest assured. I will have to admit, I feel as though if there's any piece of cutlery that's rusting in a place like this, something's gone wrong. Because surely this place is using silverware or some other kind of, you know, fancier metal than something that would rust. Surely. I mean, I know silver does rust. It doesn't rust, it oxidizes. Yeah. Rust is only for iron, oxidize, whatever. But still, like, it shouldn't be rusting. Like, why can the cutlery easily rust? That doesn't seem like it should. Not in a fancy place like this. Also, hi Kat, how you doing? Maybe come, but don't call me Shirley. Hey, you cannot do that airplane line with me. Good, thank you. It seems the blood rushing to my friend's head has cost me a considerable amount of time. Why do you look mildly drunk? Do I? Oh, if I'm looking down and reading, I might look a bit weird. Russian economy moment. Ursus. Yes, sure. After he leaves the infirmary, please tell me he has set alight the blaze in our hearts. And please have him trust his friend Islam White. And the person is based on is actually called that, isn't it? Like, that is the full name. That is completely taken entirely, right? If I remember correctly. But for now, I must be on my way with my messenger. Safe travels. I feel like it's kind of pointless if you're coming with your messenger. They recognized each other. You don't give me ... dialogues between two characters and make me not think that they recognized each other. Kalt'tsit. We leave immediately. The Minister of Finance will have those bureaucrats, subordinates jumping at shadows. That's our best cover. Is he dead? The time to effect was shorter than I thought. He couldn't hold himself together much longer in the first place. There are countless people who will want to exploit his death. Maybe them fighting on all fronts will create an opening for us. Let's go. Kalt'tsit. Thank you. I think you mean catastrophe messenger. Oh, okay. For me, for us, you've put an end to it all with your own hands. She hasn't ended shit. Like, I don't mean to diminish what she did, but, like, the guy was dying anyway and was getting killed by his people. And everything was happening regardless of him. He was a scapegoat, basically. It isn't over yet. No matter in what form it takes, perhaps sooner or later, we'll confront this empire once again. Well, I feel like at some point Lilio's gonna die. That's what I assume. Because there's the whole, you know, look after my daughter, and the daughter is there as an operator, so something happened. What time is it? It is 10. How long have I been streaming? Do I risk it for a biscuit? Do I do one more stage before we wrap up? The land encircled by reefs. A place where reefs are embraced. Looking up, Elliot sees no reefs. Are the people here hallucinating? Ooh, maybe this is Sargon. Okay, I kind of do want to... Yes, it's gun. Okay. Oh, it does have a thing this time. Okay, I'm hoping this is Sargon, because I do kind of want to go back to that. Because I was quite interested about all of that stuff. I promise this time I won't go into a massive tangent about American politics and weapons and nuclear stuff. I promise I won't do that this time. I'll probably do this last one. I imagine the boss fight will be stage 8, I'm guessing. They normally are the last stage. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Sargon, I hype for the 4X game mode. 4X? Wait, there's an RTS game? Wait, game mode. Maybe not. When you say 4X, I'm thinking of like RTS games, like, you know, Stellaris and Hearts of Iron and stuff. Modern Day? Oh yeah, of course. I forgot it started in Modern Day. Also, could you imagine a Arknights Risk game? That would be interesting. 3:32 PM, clear. Central Sargon, Ibut region. Nameless town. You want to come with? You should know that you are just another suspicious character to us. Have you inspected your teammates yet? Heavy rain? Everything's normal there. But I don't trust you. Yes, very well said. Of course, I am not to be trusted. I feel bad for you knowing what you were like, you know, in the flashback. What exactly is your objective? My objective is to find out what my objective actually is. What the actual... You were about to say what the actual fuck, weren't you? Did you know that the last Lord Emir of Ibut died in a fire? That was a few years ago. The current Lord Emir is his son, and that whole thing caused quite a ruckus in Ibut. I had to find myself a new fairy godmother right away, thanks to that fire. Took me months to get used to work there. Huge pain in the butt. Right, exactly. He was my very last prey. I did all the preparations and laid out my trap, but there's no more prey to hunt. I have nothing to do except lounge around. From innocent little boy to, well, passenger. Yeah. I mean, we can see why it's called passenger, because he was taken for a wild ride. Huh? You killed a Lord Emir? The Sargon army will find you. Wait, hold on. What do you even want telling us about this? I shouldn't have expected any less from one who frequents the black markets. That's right, there is no one who knows I have to do this with... There is no one who knows I have to do with his death, aside from you and me. As for the Sargon army, we live in different times now. The ruling Padishahs simply care not about what is happening here in this barren wasteland. My guess is that it matters not to them whether it's the father or the son that's in charge. Actually, to tell the truth, it hardly matters to me either. I sought his death and nothing else. It was a rather simple request. What are you after anyway? Revenge. I'm afraid it's a rather boring answer, so I don't like to share it. If I have to venture a guess, more than half of the men in this world would like to take revenge against something. Be it their enemies, a city, or even the world itself. For the past 20 years, that is all I've been doing. My power, my status, my riches, all of them come second. And should the need arise, I will cast them all aside. Or perhaps I could give them to this Rhode Island. It's quite a bargain, wouldn't you agree? Oh, looks like you're still not convinced, young lady. You're quite cautious. I suppose you were a soldier. From Sargon, perhaps? None of your business. What about you, young Ridge? Or should I call you by the name you go by now? Tessa. Tessa, we can't trust him. You're hiding something pretty important, aren't you now? Oh, yes, right. How forgetful of me. I have about 5 nuclear bombs. Do you want one? That's kind of what I imagine him to say. You claim to be a medical corporation that treats the infected. Very well. It's a fairly tall tale, but I will accept it for the moment. I am an infected. My fortunes are no less impressive than the Lord Emir's riches, and I am well connected and hold some sway, enough for me to bring a Lord Emir to his downfall. I will trade all of it for a chance to be cured. What do you say? You're mad. I find myself thinking the same quite often. At least he's a very, he knows what he's doing. He's very self-aware. And I'm assuming he's a villain. I'm going to assume he's a villain, unfortunately. But there is not a single person who walks these lands and wishes not to live. Is it not reasonable of me to want to cast all this aside just for a chance to be cured? Well, since you're talking about American weapon stuff, I assume you know the relation with Tessa and Passenger to RL. To real life. It's somewhat familiar. It is somewhat familiar. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, with Passenger, at least in terms of what happened 20 years ago, that was very much like the whole sort of weapon of mass destruction worthy technology. Kind of like, nuclear weapons. I don't know if it is nuclear weapons, obviously, but like it had that same sort of vibe. Like, you know, we shouldn't really have this become technology that people know about. So that part I sort of saw as being the, yes, America trying to make super weapons. Cesar is Oppenheim. Oh, interesting. Wait. Does that mean he was involved? Wait, is that literally? Does that mean, is Cesar involved? Was he involved in the thing that Professor Thorne and that were doing? Nah, he doesn't look... No. He doesn't look that old. Nah, I don't think that's what Heavy Rain's trying to say. You don't even seem to care that you're infected. What is it that you want at Rhode Island? Very well. There isn't much time left, so let us stop beating around the bush. I'm looking for Kalt'tsit. Perhaps she will impart on me some invaluable advice. Perhaps she will show me a new way forward. Yet, it's even more likely that she won't lift a finger, merely passing the decision back to me. Oh, they haven't actually started it yet. Oh, so maybe when Kalt'tsit took the box with him, maybe that did stop it then. But then that would mean that they find it again. Or just redevelop it, maybe. That too is fine. Once I eliminate every last person involved in that incident years ago, there will be nothing more tying me to this place. I am beyond anxious to leave this forsaken land behind. I need a fresh start. And who could blame me for seizing the opportunity if the shadows of the past so happen to be standing right there? What's your relationship with Dr. Kalt'tsit? It's a long story. I owe her my life. I am very thankful to her. This I say from the bottom of my heart. The decision isn't ours to make. 3 years ago, the Lord Emir of Ubud perished in a fire during his travels. The fire consumed an entire town, and soon after, his son set off a rebellion, vying for the throne against his many other contenders. That's your doing, eh? Precisely, just as I said. Why? All trivial matters of a bygone era. The family had a tragic, rocky relationship to the start. I only played a very minor role. Why do you want to know? I'm looking for clues. Thanks to you, I gotta call it quits with my investigation in the Ubud region. Ah, clues. Perhaps this is an opportunity for me to earn your trust. But tell me, what is it you are looking for? Perhaps I could be of assistance. I'm looking for someone, the director of a Colombian military experiment. You are investigating a Colombian company. May I ask why? Because the person I respected the most died in the most laughable accident ever. And what if it was actually an accident? Oh, hello Stream Elements, I don't know why you're running again. Even if it was just an accident, I got to know the truth. I mean, this couldn't have been the reason those guys rose through the ranks on the top of my brother's death. Cesar, I know, it's my own personal issue, but this chance doesn't come often. Don't you agree, Sand Soldier? Pardon me. Where was I? Everyone needs a revenge of some kind. Targets can be big or small, and grudges can run deep or shallow, but revenge is an eternal motive to every living person out there. If you permit me to undergo treatment at Rhode Island, I can investigate this matter for you. Of course, the deals we talk about still stand. Even if you have 10 times the cargo sitting outside, I have a way to take care of it all. There will be no trace left of it, and you will find the price very attractive. It's a bargain for a pharmaceutical company. Cessa, sorry, but we can't let your personal problems be somebody else's bargaining chip. Of course, I know that, but Right, I almost forgot. It seems I've been rather forgetful of late. Brother, I wonder who it is. What are you hinting at? I never thought much of old Sin's prophecy to begin with. However, thinking back, perhaps the prophecy was itself a means of negotiation and communication. Prophecy. Mere mortals will never find themselves on equal footing with time itself. Originium arts may have many convenient uses, but that is one thing you can never achieve with art. A prophecy? Alas, old Sin passed away long ago. I only hope that she remembers this promise. Did she perhaps give you a gold coin? An old Sargon gold coin? Heavy rain, Cessa, we got a situation. Calm down, what's up? There's some sketchy looking teams approaching the town. Let me remind you, they are not friendly. They're closing in quick. We can still get out of here without a fight if we make it... Oh, if we make a run for it now. Take our time and we won't be so lucky. 15 minutes, that's all we have. Captain, Lieutenant, hurry. Your buddies? Of course not. I'm a lone wolf with no one to turn to. Unlike machines, humans cannot be trusted. That being said, they are most likely here for me. Damn it! This is part of your plan, isn't it? You can help me escape, or we can fend off these unyielding assassins together. What do you say? What should we do? The ball is in your court. Son of a... Last question then. Why did you burn down that town? If you were after the Lord Emir, you had no reason to drag all those people into that mess. You even gave the townspeople the time to evacuate. Did you just want to ruin the town? Redhorn was miles away from your turf. What were you after exactly? Oh, that was that town. Oh. That's why. That was the same town that they were in. So he just burnt it to the ground. He didn't get anyone killed, or maybe not, but he just burnt it to the ground so it didn't exist anymore. Interesting. Is my objective really so important? I'm making sure you're not a warmonger, or downright nuts. You've got a point, but I'm afraid you wouldn't understand. All I burned down was my past. Is that your revenge? No. It was a long overdue cremation, nothing more. Okay. I mean, normally you don't burn an entire town when you cremate a person. Oh yeah, game.
We'll be fine if we stick together. Incoming. Ready all members.
Fear not! Here I come!
Forwards! How's that?
solid positioning.
Click. I don't know where you're gonna go.
At your service.
Ah, no! There we go. Okay, that way you're gonna go.
I'll charge the weak spot. Relax. It'll be over in an instant.
Don't worry. My poison is not contagious. Poison kiss.
I'm listening. You'll have to try harder than that.
My toxins will slowly burn your life away.
Okay. There we go. That should be fine.
Poison kiss. Poison kiss.
Doctor, leave the kick ass.
Poison.
Okay, this isn't too bad. I think I know why Lone Trail is so popular and great story. Basically, it's the first time an arc has reached a full payoff, even if, of course, the setting isn't going to stop Columbia or ruin. Like, okay.
There you are. Come on,
Oh, okay. Lone Trail concludes the story it's telling pretty much. Oh, okay, interesting. 22 years ago. 3:09 p.m. Central Sargon, Ibut region. Desert outskirts. Are we there yet? How far away is it? I forgot about this outfit. If you're tired, we can stop here. Drop the tough act. It has been 7 hours and 14 minutes since our transport was wrecked in that ambush. Considering your physique and age, you've held up pretty well. No need. Let's keep going. We need to get out of here as soon as we can. Where are we? The nearest town where we are heading. More accurately, it's a settlement formed of several towns that had been drifting in the desert with their hauling equipment. Yeah, 1 second. At the same time, this place covers a large swath of Sargon's no man's land. More than anywhere else, this is a way out for illegal immigrants, bounty hunters, and messengers. Why aren't we going to Minos? I'm still not sure I can trust you any more than those mercenaries. What makes you different? The difference is that you are alive. You already have our next steps figured out, don't you? What are we doing now? We'll look for someone trustworthy to take us out of Ibut. Not legally, of course. Where are we going after that? Livanian? Bolivar? Before I give you an answer, you must understand that whatever your choice, it doesn't change the fact you are running away from your problems. You have no way to survive, nowhere to go, and nowhere to run. Are you prepared to accept the fact that your old life has already shattered into pieces? Do you understand it? Are you sure you are not just in a daze from this sudden turn of events? Stop acting so high and mighty. If anger gives you a clearer head, I will be going further north. Far away enough for you to leave everything in Columbia and Sargon behind. I have to say, you've done very well. Are you mocking me? Much of what you do is rife with immaturity, and you let your emotions get the better of you. If you were a little older, I would indeed make a mockery of you. Let's go. We need to find someone to introduce us to the black market here. Where do we find someone like that? I don't know yet. So there's stuff you don't know. I won't deny it, but we'll find them soon. If you understand what Land of Reef Steep means and stands for, you won't have any trouble finding their survivors. In the crowds and markets here, they will always help to their fellow countrymen. All we have to do is make them believe that's who we are. What's that you're holding? Sargon coins? Sargoins? What can you even do with a few coins? You'll know soon enough. Hello? Get lost, Colombian. Huh? No. Ooh. Right, monster! Where did you come from? Just thrusts. I don't know why it's shaking, but there's no sound there. Ah, damn it! Why? I can't hurt it. What's going on? A monster! A monster's here to kill us. That's a huge crowd. Hey, what's going on? Who's this guy? A bounty hunter from Voiver, rather. Looks like they're expanding their search area. Quick, follow me. Wait, is Voiver a country as well as a race? Because if it's country, I don't remember seeing it on any map. Wait. We came all the way here, but everyone walking down the street could still be a hitman. What's the point of coming? That's exactly why you need to pick up the pace. What I'm saying is you haven't solved anything, Advisor Kalt'tsit. These outfits make us stand out, don't they? This is just a can of vegetables. Why is it so expensive? Our rugs are famous far and wide. Something wrong with our quality? Impossible. Genuine top-grade earthenware. Jugs once used by the Lord Emir. 60? Down from 60,000? Whatever. Sold. Bloody hell. There's a lot of people here. Is this where the market is? It's a tiny backwater country in or around Sargon with little influence. Oh, okay. That must explain why I haven't seen it on the map then. Why did you stop? Huh. Being superstitious this time. Ah, how rare. It has been a long time since an outsider paid old Izin a visit. Oh, you were mentioned. I'm back. Hello, cat. How you doing? Do you wish to take a peek at what destiny has laid out before you? Or perhaps you are searching for a particular piece of gravel in this sandstorm? I love the smirk that you can just about see. I'm doing great. Nice. Sandstorm. It is really difficult for me to say Sandstorm. Am I correct to assume you are responsible for the ruckus earlier? Old Ithin can tell, dear traveller. You are in a hurry, and trouble follows in your footstep. Old Ithin simply hopes this won't lead to any more trouble for Sargon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Shut up, cat! You're such an adorable dork, but shush. You are not from Sargon, no. But you carry a great burden. Did I say her smirk? I guess I meant him. What is he mumbling to himself about? Let's not waste any more time on him, Kalt'tsit. They'll catch up. Hello. You fraud! What are you still doing here? Scram! You're mucking up our turf. Enough of your tickets. No one here is going to fall for that. Tricks, rather. You remind me a little bit of the Church of the Deep. Just a darker blue as opposed to the more turquoise that they wear. Oh, right, of course. Don't be so violent now. Old Ithin will leave. Old Ithin is leaving. Yes, I know. I saw tickets instead of tricks. I wonder what Sargonian would be. Arabic. Yeah, I wondered that before in the first stream. We weren't sure. We were thinking it was like either like Arabic, Pashto, any of those kinds of languages. Do it. Oh, right. Oh, right, of course. Oh, no, I've read of it. Is your master doing well? Has she taken old Ithin's advice and pulled out of that deal yet? It will mean nothing but trouble for her. My master? The chief would never listen to you jabbering types in the first place. If any lunatic in town could just waltz in and tell us how to do business, we might as well set up a suggestion box. Enough chit-chat. Get out of here. Are you okay? It hurts. Please, don't worry. Old Ithin's gotten used to it long ago. Old Ithin cannot save them. Old Ithin cannot get them to come around. Old Ithin can do nothing but watch as they draw ever closer to their destruction day after day. Please accept Old Ithin's apologies, but as you can see, Old Ithin has been thrown out of this place. If there is anywhere willing to take in poor Old Ithin, that's where Old Ithin will go. Wait. Old Ithin mustn't. Old Ithin mustn't. Did I just say old isn't mustn't? Stay out of this. If he doesn't leave, it's gonna be our heads. Just let him go. She's right. Her master calls the shots here. And she mustn't be trifled with. Let old Ithin leave, kind Trevor. Kind Trevor. Please leave, kind Trevor. Let old Ithin return to his ice-cold home. He just runs off. Why are we wasting our time on this old con man again? At least you can tell he's old. Okay, that was mockery. Trevor from GTA, yes. Old isn't mustard. What do you mean? But you can't imagine how old he is. Oh. Is he perhaps as old as you, Kalt'tsit? The song is set long ago, traveller. You are in a hurry, and there are dangers abound. Why waste your time here with old Isin? As time goes by, even the greatest Padisha will one day be lost to the sands. His achievements will at that point crumble, and his subjects will scatter across the lands. From the way you are dressed, you don't seem to be Sargonian. Is this perhaps the beginning of a narrative poem? I read something completely different for a moment. Old Isin is far too old. Old Isin has long forgotten the appeal of poetry. But his servants remain ever dedicated to their duties. They guard the unpopulated desert until a new civilization is ready to stand on top of its sands. Until the time a new Padisha arrives, with the will of Sargon to rebuild those lands. Similar stories happen in all countries in the world time and again. Time after time. Catastrophes, diseases, war. There are a great many ways a city can meet its end, and to find itself conquered by a new, spirited ruler, thereby repeating the cycle once again. When are you being added to the game? That would never happen. they would... Hypergriff would take one look at me and go, no. What are they saying? Is this how Sargonian sounds? I wish I knew, but they won't tell me what it's supposed to sound like. Sargonian is one of the few languages where they don't really give me any sort of reference point. I mean, I guess if it is based on Arabic or any of those areas, it kind of makes sense, because with the other languages, you can easily romanicize it. Like, well, you know, obviously Spanish, which is Latin, the same alphabet as English. You've got German, which is relatively easy enough to say. Polish, which isn't relatively easy enough to say. You've got Russian, which has Cyrillic, but then is easily converted into Latin. What you don't have, however, with Arabic is that. So it's quite difficult to put into writing. So I suppose it kind of makes sense. You're probably not going to see any actual examples of Sargonian. Or, well, the language that Sargonian is based on. But it is annoying, because I can't find any sort of real-world link to Sargonian. Like, I can assume, based on area, but there's a lot of specific languages in Middle East and surrounding areas. "150 years ago, before these golden sands were named Debut, there stood a magnificent city. Do you remember anything of it?" I'm sure it was there when both of them were children. Of course. Old Isin remembers. The city that disappeared in those great winds. What do you want, Abuti? Oh, God, cat. The Padisha at the time gave these lands brimming with sand and name that might seem unfitting for a place in Sargon. Cambridge. I don't know. something unfitting of Sargon. I wish I could say the Welsh town. That would make a great bit, but unfortunately I can't. There is, however, Cat, who is here, who is Welsh. Hull. Yes, Hull. Yes, the Padisha gave it a name that's unfitting of Sargon. Plymouth. I don't know. Reef Steep. Okay, fair enough. The only thing that remains of this is its name. Passed down from one generation to the next. No, with none of them ever laying their eyes on its lush oasis. Oases. The great city of Manchester. God. Bristol. Are you its gatekeeper then? Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Is there anything old Isin can do for you? We want to escape, Sargon, leaving no tracks. Ah, old Isin understands. Whose attention are you trying to avoid? Yes. Not even Padisha can know of our whereabouts. Who are you? Please call me Kalt'tsit. Kalt'tsit, Lady Kalt'tsit, as old Ishin gazed upon the sunrise this morning, old Isin slipped back into my dreams in a trance. In old Isin's dreams, old Isin was told there would be a visitor who would reveal these secrets of antiquity with us. Why are you talking like Paimon? Gonna cook chicken. Okay, have a nice time. Hope it tastes good. Also, has it gone lighter? I feel like the sun has actually been rising. Like it seems lighter in the background as I read sunrise. Maybe that's just an optical illusion. Shush, cat. Okay. You came early. Oh, you came early. The price is a single gold coin, my fair lady. You deserve it. Just that much? I like how he seems so disgusted by that as well. Like, so cheap? That's it. That's the Colombian in him. That's the American in him. Let us escape the area ahead of us later. No, not yet. Please hold on to it, my lady. This is a price that you will pay 22 years later. Remember this promise well, for it is worth far more than this gold coin. Oh! You came early. Yes, things that are said in Arknights and in bed. You have lived in Sargon in its current form for the past 100 years. I suppose not a single moment has gone by where you didn't look back and reminisce your homeland. You are correct, my lady. But today is different. Stranger Sargonian? Persian? You opened the door for us. I should preface, don't want to insult anyone. By Persian, I meant old Persian. Ancient Persia is what I meant.
Want me to show you?
No, I'm fine, Blue Poison. I don't need to see your poison. Oh, ow. My arms hurt. Ow. Oh. Okay, I think I'll leave it here. So, stage 6 will be next Arknight stream. Well, maybe not the next Arknight stream. I've got a few things to react to, so I might do that first. Like a shorter one. But the next gameplay stream, I'll continue on from stage 6 onwards. But I do want to have a look at it first. Oh. A two-part rather, block. No, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. A city full of hope, an oasis that rises in response, clear flowing water and adamant mountains surrounding Padisha. Amidst raucous cries and choking smoke, the dream shall come to its end. So I'm gonna go right after he said you came early. Well, yeah, he was expecting me to arrive later, so I guess we're gonna have to wait now. Nah, that's fine. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna leave it here. And before I go, though, just want to say, because all of you kept nagging me about this, I now have... I said I now have... There we go. I now have a link that I can just type in without having to do the whole thing. So there you go. It's technically in my description anyway, but I can now just do that. I don't know why it took me so long. I mean, I've been streaming on Twitch for the better part of like a year before moving on to YouTube, but it's just taken me this long to actually put a command in. But anyway, that's all for now. I won't be doing what I said I was going to be doing next tomorrow. I did initially say that I was going to be doing Honkai Star Rail tomorrow, but at the time I was writing it, I forgot, and I'm so sorry, Kat, I forgot Kat's doing his birthday stream tomorrow, so I'm going to be, I'll be collabing with him for pretty much the whole day. So I'll let you guys know. I will be advertising the fuck out of it. I will very much like to see some of you there. But yeah, so I'll be so I won't be streaming myself, but I will be I'll be with Kat, and I'll be posting links everywhere so you guys can find it. We'll be celebrating his 24th birthday. It is tomorrow, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow. Did I have anything planned on Thursday? Don't think so. I need to find it now. Schedule. Yeah, nothing planned on Thursday, but Friday I will do Library of Ruina. Then, of course, there's Arknights. And then there is Cyberpunk, because I need to get back into Cyberpunk. I played one game of it, and I need to get back into it. I may also be doing a Arknights reaction stream that might be on the Thursday. I'm not sure yet. So either I'll be playing the gameplay stream on Saturday first, or I'll be doing a reaction stream first, and I can't say for certain what it'll be yet. It'll depend on how I feel after the Wednesday, because like I said, I'll be collabing with Kat for most of the day, so I might be tired the next day, so we'll see how it goes. But until then, though, thank you guys so much for hanging around, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.